We are flying, oh. Every Nigerian start to put our flags up in the sky. Put them in the sky. Let's show the world. Let's show the world
that we are Nigerians.
Giant of Africa. Oh nana, oh nana, oh nana, oh nana. Àdúrà tí mo máa ń gbà sílẹ̀ tó má rí ni wípé o, ojú má ṣe tì mí láyé o. Ojú ò gbọ́dọ̀ tì mí, ò gbọ́dọ̀ tì ìdílé mi. Ojú ò gbọ́dọ̀ táwọn ọmọ Chelsea. Bá a ṣe ń lékun sáwọn ọmọ Arsenal máa ń lẹ́jọ́ sí wa. A máa dì í fi wọ́n lọ́lọ́run ọba lọ́wọ́ o. Happy weekend, everyone. Happy weekend, everyone. Happy weekend, Blue Soldiers. Happy weekend, Charles Osimhen. I want to greet everyone who is currently watching me around the world now. Blue is the color, chess is the name, and football is the game. Once again, I say happy weekend to you all. To all my followers on my page, I want to say happy weekend to you as well. It's not just fans alone. I'm also extending this weekend greeting to all my followers on Facebook, all my subscribers on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, all my followers on TikTok, all my followers on my Instagram platform. So I want to say happy weekend to you all. This is weekend. This is my weekend Facebook live show, and they are currently watching me on my YouTube channel, and they're also watching me on my Facebook page. We are still trying to include TikTok and also to include Instagram. Hopefully, maybe in the next few weeks, we'll be able to achieve that. Don't forget, blue is the color, chess is the name, and football is the game. My name remains Benga Afalaya. Benga Afalaya. For those who may be joining us for the first time. For those who want to be part of the panelists today, The link is already in the comment section. Just click the link and follow the instruction. Please, I could see that 38 people are online. Please, I'm appealing to you. Could you please share this live broadcast so that others will join us, please? While you are doing that, I will be playing a short music. Please, as you are joining, please could you please uh, share this live broadcast? I will be reading the comments and acknowledging people online after this short break.
Victor James Osimhen, akọni ni Nigerian professional footballer ni.
Idris. Hello, how are you, Mr. Idris Olayemi?
Yeah, good
Happy,
evening, sir, Doctor. It's my
happy
pleasure
weekend.
joining you this evening. Now, same to you, sir.
Happy weekend to you.
Yeah, same to you, sir. It's my pleasure joining you this evening, sir.
Uh, all right. Just before we start the program, and I will allow you to talk. I want to just quickly acknowledge people on in the comment section. Then I'll come back to you. Will you still stay, please?
No problem.
Please-
Okay,
all
I
right.
will, I will, I will.
Okay. Please. All right. Big up. Mr. Benga, could you play give us a win? Okay, I'm going to play it later on, but I want discussion to start as soon as possible. But I promise I'm going to play it, just for a few seconds because Facebook does not allow me to play my song that I put on the online platforms. That's the problem. So I'll just play it for a few seconds. Mayowa, Mayowa, I greet you. Mayowa Oluwaseyi, Odushina, um, Eli Kanda. Thanks for keeping us updated. Uh, Femi Adelekun, thanks for your update. I want to greet everyone because one of our panelists is online, so I will not be able to mention all. But before I go, Oba Amos Amwa, I greet you, my sister. Happy weekend. All right, Mr. Back to Mr. Idris Olayemi. You know, if you look at the main discussion for today, I wrote that Victor Osimhen is Chelsea banned by fate. What can you say about that? Or and other maybe you still have other things to say. It is time for you to talk. Anyway, on that
All right,
topic, or maybe other things that you want to say before we start the program.
all right.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Gbenga Falayan, good evening, sir, and good evening to CFC family worldwide and our well wishers as well. Let me just congratulate us on the deal that we just perfected. And according to reports, I think we just I read a report not quite long that our new man. The
Neto.
sensational man that we just signed, Pedro Neto, will be unveiled tomorrow before our game against Inter Milan. That's a good news, though. I've been expecting, although I was hoping and waiting, maybe we will see maybe 20 to 30 minutes of him tomorrow. But
Uh,
unfortunately, he won't be playing. So, but hopefully, against Manchester City, we should see flashes of Pedro Neto in
yeah.
Chelsea's jersey and playing his first official game for us. I haven't
Yeah.
said that on Victor Osimhen. I must
Mm,
confess to you, I do during our last doing your last live program, I said it that I'm not too a fan of Victor Osimhen as a striker for Chelsea, as I did striker for Chelsea. Instead, I think I would prefer this guy, this sporting guy, Vector, the Sporting striker, Victor, that scored and assisted yesterday for Sporting
okay.
in Portugal. That has always been my choice for Chelsea because of his flair, the way he plays. He's just a boss to boss player, and what we needed now. And thankfully, we've signed a winger that knows how to ship in balls. Because if you look at Pedro Neto statistic last season, you see that he had more assists than goals, and that is what we've been missing. And another missing link that I feel that we've been missing since last season, or since the affairs of Chelsea, is having a winger that knows how to use the ball very well. Not until we got what's it called, Palmer last season. But unfortunately, Palmer alone couldn't shoulder the responsibility of getting us what we needed. So I think with Palmer and Pedro Neto operating from the flank this season and having a clear-cut striker. But just like you just said, that we just focus on the topic of by looking at the possibility of having Victor Osimhen. Well, I would say, as far as I'm concerned, and with what we've been reading so far, and with Chelsea, a new policy of of wages. You understand the kind of wages Chelsea now give to players, and the kind of contracts. I don't see Chelsea having both, or housing both Raheem Sterling, who is collecting over 320 something million pounds after tax, and still housing Victor Osimhen, who will be collecting over 200,000 pounds after tax. So if you look at before tax, that will amount to over 400,000 pounds, and I don't think Chelsea will be able to pay that to Victor Osimhen, except Chelsea receives a nice bid, or maybe either permanently or via loan, that would take Sterling wages off the record for at least 1 year. Then I can say maybe Chelsea will surely go for Victor Osimhen. But in all, I think if we can also add Victor Osimhen to the team, I think we will surely do well.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Idris Olayemi. Of course, I could still remember what you said in the last live broadcast, that you have reservation for Victor Osimhen, and it is cool. I have watched the some highlight of that Victor in the Sporting Lisbon, and honestly, he's very good. We now having Neto, who is possessively what, very very smart, and very good on both flanks. I think if we could have a sharp, a prolific striker now, honestly, we'll be netting a lot of goals. However, Victor also is not a bad option. Actually, it's not a
Absolutely,
bad.
absolutely, you are right,
It's
sir.
not a bad. The main problem is his salary, and what the salary also could cost in the team. Those are my worries. I know, as a Nigerian, I'm not debunking the claim that, of course, I will be sentimental, I will be subjective. That okay, Osimhen should be in Chelsea, but the facts remain about the reality of the wage of most Chelsea fans now. The wages for Chelsea fans now are being trimmed down by the owners because of the money they have really spent in the last 2 seasons, almost going to maybe around the 1.7 billion pounds.
Yes.
And on a normal day, if you do business, you will want to get profit, and that's why I think the owners are trying now just to what, invest, so that they will recoup the money they have spent. Of course, many Chelsea fans will not understand that, as you know, they are buying young players now, and for them to sell them later. But we Chelsea fans, we love winning. We love winning. A lot of people are waiting here. We have two people. I mean, another. Okay, I'm not. It's two people. Yeah, good. So I agree with what you said, Mr. Idris. But hopefully, I have faith that we will get one striker, and it may probably be Victor Osimhen. The way I'm saying things, you know. That was why I used faith, because I know you guys will crucify me if I categorically said Osimhen is coming. But by faith, I know Osimhen is coming. Now, before you go, Mr. Idris, I want
Okay,
to
I'm
ask
with
you
you,
one.
sir.
I want to ask you a question before you go. Okay. Now
Okay, sir.
that aside aside the fact that okay, you have reservation about Osimhen, what about Pedro Neto? What are the likely things that he may offer us at Chelsea? Now he's our player now. So what are the pros and cons of Neto?
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Quick one. I think as we are looking at the good side, we should also be looking at the bad side. And when we talk about footballer, or yes, footballer, because we are talking about football here now. So when we look at the bad side of a footballer, we shall be looking at it from two angles. And the first angle is the unexpected that most football lovers or football fans pray against, which is not eating form once they arrive. And the second one, which is joy killer, and is the one that we suffered most last season, which you cannot see the way Nkuku and Lavia plays during our preseason. Imagine we had Nkuku and Lavia fit last season. Chelsea wouldn't have finished in that position that we finished, and we may even win the game against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup final. And let's just talk about the reality now. Let's focus on Pedro Neto. I think let me start from the bad side. I think Pedro Neto has never is one of the few players that in the last 10 years, or let me just say in the last 7 years, that has failed not to hit form for any team, maybe even for Portugal, even for under 23 or under 21 that he has played for. Once Neto is fit, he will surely place well for you. So that is number one. Now, number two is the injury part of it. The way Neto plays, he's a kind of player that carries the ball to the defender. He doesn't wait for the defender to come for him. No, he takes the ball to the defender. So that particular idea exposes him to injuries a lot. So what I'm expecting from Neto is that thank God we also have another dribbler in Kopama that knows how to use the ball very well. So I think what Neto is bringing on the table is one, he will at least he will share the responsibility with Palmer. The load on Palmer will go down, and the load on maybe let me just say maybe on Ukuku. If Ukuku also starts by playing behind the striker, the expectation will also go down. So in that vein, Palmer can just come and eat the form, and Ukuku can come and eat the form. And another thing is that now Chelsea now have a proper dribbler, because Pedro Neto is a proper dribbler. And this is someone that we've been missing since we sold Eden Hazard to Real Madrid a couple of years ago. So we've been missing a proper dribbler. And if you look at some of the penalties that we got, even let me start by last season. Some of the penalty we got last season, most of it are not from foul. Either they are from maybe from handball or the rest. Do you get it now? But
All right.
Chelsea of the past, under when Eden Hazard was still at Chelsea, we do normally get a lot of spot kick. I mean penalties. So now we can just count on that. Why we also pray against injury for our players, especially Pedro Neto.
Thank you, Mr. Idris. Thank you so much. I want to acknowledge and especially recognize other panelists. We have Mr. Olashile, we have Mr. Ebuka, we have Mr. Ademola Adeyemi, we have Mr. Emmanuel, and we have Mr. Bumi Daramola. So I want to specially recognize you, and I'm saying what once again, happy weekend to you all. Thank you for joining me on this panel today. It's going to be hot today. It's going to be hot. Mr. Lashile, what can you say about Osimhen, Victor? Uh, you know,
Good evening, sir.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Hi.
Quick
And
one.
here my there. Important thing as
I
well.
think the only thing, the missing piece around this deal is Lukaku.
Okay.
If they can sell Lukaku, Napoli will agree, and I'm very sure Osimhen will agree to come. But
No, no.
the owner,
Let me correct that. Osimhen wants to come to Chelsea, and Chelsea also needs Osimhen. But the problem is his salary. That's just the main thing. And Osimhen doesn't want to take a pay cut, and he doesn't want to come on loan. So that's it. So that's where the problem is.
the salary part. I heard the news yesterday that Inter are looking for, I think, Sterling. There is one club that is linked to Sterling now. So if Chelsea can have a
Juventus.
yeah, so if Chelsea can have a deal with Juventus, I think Sterling will go
Okay.
this season. I think Sterling will go, and maybe
All
Chilwell
right.
too.
I think
I
you may
think they
have
will
a
go
point
too.
because the highest paid player now in Chelsea is Sterling. Maybe if we could if we could go, maybe there will be a green light for Osimhen. All right, you have
Yes,
a
yes,
point.
yes, yes.
Over to you, Mr. Ebuka. Mr. Ebuka is not there. Over to you, Mr. Emmanuel. Mr.
Yeah, I'm
Emmanuel.
back. I'm back. I am
Okay,
back.
you are back. Okay.
I'm back.
Okay,
I'm
Ebuka.
back. I'm back.
Okay, over to you, Ebuka.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
I'm
We have
back.
been
I'm back.
okay, all right. We have been talking about Osimhen, and
I'm
we have
back.
been talking about our new player now, Neto, who is going to be unveiled tomorrow. So what can you say? What is the impact that Neto is bringing on our on the way we play, and what is the probability or possibility that Osimhen is going to join us? Is going to be added to the team? Yeah. Quick one, quick one.
I think Neto. Hello.
Hello, we are hearing you.
I think Neto will be a very good addition in our team.
Okay.
I think Neto will be a very good addition in our team
All
because
right.
of the way he plays. He's a player who really want to score, who really
Yeah.
wants his name to be on a score sheet.
Yep.
Honestly, I'm very very happy. I'm very very happy with the signing, and
All right.
I think he will bring a very good thing in our
All
squad.
right.
I think he will add
All
a
right.
very good thing in our squad.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Is that all, Mr. Ebuka? Thank you. Mr. Bumbidaramola.
Yeah,
Mr.
Good
Bumbidaramola,
evening, sir.
over to you, please. Quick one.
Good evening, sir. I'm here with you.
Good evening. Good evening. Over to you.
Good evening. I greet everybody,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I greet my Oga, Mr. Emmanuel. I greet you, sir.
I
Well,
greet you too.
concerning
I'm listening to
the
you all.
Neto, I must confess, this is the first transfer stuff that I love in this season. You see all those transfers that Chelsea have been made for the past 2 or 3 weeks. I don't even care about it. This is the only one that I can point and that I can boot outside that my club have signed a good player. That is for Neto.
All right.
So the only prayer that I can just offer concerning this player is that God should allow him to fit. If Neto fit and is free from injury, I swear we are going to enjoy him. There is nothing like I think about him. I'm 100% sure about this guy. Unless people don't watch him in Wolf. But if you watch him, this guy killed us last season. He killed he killed a lot of teams last season. 4-2. I think 2 goals and 1 assist last season
He scored
in
that
Bridge.
trick.
Not
He scored that trick.
in our
It's
Korokoro
not
high.
the
So Neto is
point of
the
correction. It's
perfect
not the one
player
that
we need.
scored hat trick. Oh. It was Martis Kunwa. It was Kunwa that scored hat trick. It was not
I'm not
Neto.
saying he score a trick. Please let me right. I'm not saying he score a trick. I'm just
Okay.
analyze the way this guy have killed a lot of teams in England
Oh,
last season. And since we lost Hazard to Madrid, we don't have any player who can dribble, who can give us what we want. If you watch Neto very well, once Neto is ahead of defender. He doesn't wait for any striker again. He will just take the ball straight to the box and he makes sure he put that ball inside net. So Neto is one of the best signing Chelsea have made since the beginning of this season. You see all those small 18 players, like you said earlier. This our owner is a businessman. Let's just be frank and sincere. He's a businessman. So all those players he signed them in the next 2 or 3 years so that he can recover all his money. That is for him. So don't let us be saying that that we have 45 players in teams. Just how do we want to know? Nesto is the player that we sign for now. And concerning Osimhen, we need him. Let's just be frank and reality with ourselves. We really need Osimhen because with Neto, with Kopama, well, even when we see the way Nkuku play in preseason, this is assurance that he's going to give us what we need in this season. So we now need a standby striker that if that striker able to get 6 or 7 chances, he can convert 4 out of that 5. We don't need, because normal. I'm not against our striker Jackson. He's going to do better. It's just a beginning. Only thing that Jackson needs is just finishing. He's a good player, but with Osimhen and him in Chelsea team, we are going to go a long way. And God should help us with our defender. I can't talk without that defense area. I can't talk without defense area because you can't imagine a defender standing by.
We will come back to the defense issue later because we still have
all right.
in the agenda. Mr. Emmanuel, over to you, my brother.
Good evening, everyone. It's another weekend, and the season is fast approaching. All of us, we need to go and start our prayers. This year, I am not waiting for us to go empty-handed without a trophy. Not this year.
Yeah.
There has to be one. And I'm so pleased somebody said the owners of Chelsea Football Club are businessmen. We do not have an Abramovich who is passionate about football and will throw his money around. Yes. These guys are purely businessmen. And it is the truth. If you recall, Doctor, last week, I gave you a financial concept of the value of today's money and what it will be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm glad somebody said it before I came on board. Do not worry yourself about 45 players. Those players are what will sustain our club on the long term. So me, I'm not worried about the finance side. All I just want is they should just stay within the rules. And you can see that they've reduced Chelsea's wage bill considerably in the last 2-3 years. And they are still working on it. They are not giving any player full contract. So Osimhen is very, very lucky to be getting that amount he's getting now. I am not kidding you. I've said it. Those who have followed Doctor's podcast, I was a football agent, and I know Osimhen is very lucky because nobody pays those kind of money any longer. And for him, he was going to be probably one of the highest paid African player in EPL history. I have said, if I was his agent, and I'm glad people like Mikel, people like Drogba, everybody are talking into his ears. Don't listen to your agent. Your agent wants to cash out. That's all he's thinking about. That's why he's telling you don't go for a permanent deal. Don't go for a loan deal, sorry. Because the agent wants permanent deal. So my take is, Osimhen, take what you get, have faith in yourself and trust in your God. You might not get what you want now, but when you prove yourself in 1 year, you can always insert a clause in there to have a pay rise. It's not hard. It's doable.
Sure.
It's doable. You can put a clause in there after I play 20 games, after I play 50 games, after I score 10 goals. These things is contract. You can put it in there, and nothing stops you from doing that. And by the time you put all this small, if I was his agent, that's what I'll be doing. You're not getting what you want. Okay, let's add this in there. Let's add this. Doctor, you say you know his people. Make them they listen. I scored 10 goals. Give me 2% increase in my wage. I scored 20 goals. Put another 5% on top of it. I scored 30 goals. Take me back to where I want to be when I started with you people. Chicken now.
Of course.
Next season, by the time I do it, 6 months into it, if I meet the target early enough, I'll go and sort out Napoli with the full cost, buying stuff. 6 months, so I don't have to wait till end of season. So that security he thinks he doesn't have by doing a permanent deal, if in 6 months by January, right, he's able to prove himself, it tells them to go make it permanent. They don't need to wait till end of season to make it permanent. So that would give him and Napoli some sort of assurance to say, we really want you. We want you on board, and we will do what we take within reason. You've shown us on your part you're ready to take some risk. So as a venture that you have shown us you want to take risk, we would also, put our hands across the table to shake hands that, yes, we consider that you want to take this risk. We'll put all this in your contract just to give us some assurance that you are here for us. It's easy. That's the Osimhen bit. We do need an Osimhen, whether we like it or not. We've seen in the 5 preseason games we played, there is no fear in that attacking line. Whether Palmer does not come,
very true.
You need people who will put fear in the heart of defenders. And until you get a world-class striker, that is not going to happen. Sometimes a world-class striker, when Messi is 50% fit, Barcelona will play him. Any serious team will play him, even at 50% fit. You know why? He will put the fear into the strikers that's going to play against him. And he also has that way of raising other players' profile on any given day because he's on the pitch. That's what we're going to get from Osimhen. He's going to run rugged. I saw my gear. My gear did it in 1 or 2 games. All of a sudden, the remaining games he came to play, that passion, that desire disappeared. I don't want that kind of player. I want that kind of player that will be on his toes for 90 minutes, 100 minutes.
All right.
That defenders cannot afford to go to sleep. And while defenders are busy attacking you, you're making rooms for people like Neto, people like Palmer to be scoring goals. That's what happens in football. Football is about space.
Yeah.
So when Osimhen takes 2 central defenders away, people like Neto will come and score. And like my co-pundit said, our panelist said, Neto is still the best deal we've done this transfer window, whether we like it or not. Doctor, if you remember, I did say Chelsea need 2 or 3 experienced legs going into this season.
Yes, we talked about it last month.
Yeah, Neto can be potentially one, but I still want an Osimhen. And I want another experienced leg in our defense. Until we get that, we are wasting our time going into this season. Because you can score 8 goals. If you consider 9, you can now waste of time.
All right. All right.
Yeah?
Thank you, Mr.
So
Emmanuel.
for me, Nacho is a great player. We should not underestimate it. He has played in a team that has not really brought out the best out of him. We saw in preseason, we're creating chances. There's no doubt we will create chances. If we have strikers who would take them, we would win a lot of game effortlessly. Mark my words. We just need experience in that defense line, somebody who can command them like Silva did. When to go forward, when to play high, when to play low, when to pick your man, when not to pick your man. We don't have that. All these guys are kids. Money still, they shag them. They never know where they're yet. But good luck. That's all I have to say, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. At least the main takeaway from Mr. Emmanuel's contribution is that we need Osimhen and we need a key figure in that defense. So that is very, very important. I want to also thank people who are commenting in the comment section. I will try to screen some of your comments, but I'm not promising that I'm going to screen all because we have a number of panelists that are yet to speak. Please, if you are still online with us, we have like 38, 40 now. Please begin to share this live broadcast. Also, keep dropping your comments and also follow me on YouTube. Like, love, whatever you want to do. Thank you as you are doing that. Now, I want to call on Mr. Ademola. What is your take on this discussion?
This one surprised me. Oh, people don't see this kind of love in air. How? I beg. As you dey watch this video, they share
Good
this video.
Mr.
evening, doctor.
Good evening. Good evening, Mr. Ademola.
Good evening, other my co-panelists. Ah, Mr. Emmanuel have said most of what I knew I might want to say about Emmanuel because I've with Osimhen. For all of us that are addicted Chelsea fan, we know the truth. When we see one, we can identify one. I want to believe every one of us on this platform would believe that we need a profile of a player like Osimhen in our attack force. Oh, Omoroidon, Jackson, Okuku, we know what they can offer. But in terms of a goal poacher, a threat, a leader, as in that number 9, we need a player of Osimhen. And I think the very first day you brought this topic, maybe upper last week or last week, that we talk about this Osimhen. I said it then that anyhow we can balance it. Anyhow those that are negotiating this deal, anyhow they can play it around. They should try at the end of the day and qualify way to bring Osimhen. I don't mind if Chilwell needs to go, if Sterling needs to go, because Chilwell and Sterling, they are among the top 2 high earner in Chelsea currently. And I think the wages of Osimhen is like the stumbling block that we are dealing with mostly. I'm
Yes.
not I'm sure Osimhen is ready, is willing to come to Chelsea, but that wage is like a
That's the
stumbling
problem.
block.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So, and I when I heard the news that Juventus is making inquiry about Sterling, I was a little bit happy with him in that I shall was let the tower be away, let him come and carry me. Like, I to be sincere, Sterling has offered anything he want to offer in Chelsea. I'm not expecting him to come and do more than he has done in his previous season. I'm not
Yeah.
expecting more. I'm not expecting more. So, and we have wingers. Wingers is not our problem. And thank God we have signed Pedro Neto now. So if we are scared that, maybe if we are scared of, we don't know what Mudrik, we don't know what he will produce this season. At least we have Neto. We can be rest assured that Neto is Premier League proven. His statistic, even despite that he used to have injuries some of the time, but his statistic of last season, he can buttress it. In terms of assists, I think he has like almost like 15 assists or in all in last season, and he scored goals. So the onus of responsibility of Palmer alone producing, assisting, try to score, try to assist, the body will be lesser. If we are having Palmer at the right flank and we have Neto at the left flank, we are less assured that they will push the thread, they will assist and they will score. So we just need that finishing touching of Osimhen. And I can bet it, if we have Osimhen this season, like if we have Osimhen, we can have Osimhen. This is I'm very sure that we cannot go trophyless. We cannot go trophyless. And with Osimhen in our squad, don't let me be making mouth, but I'm sure that we will qualify top 4. Yes, I'm very sure that we'll make top 4. We might not win league, but with Osimhen, wọ́n ní tó gbẹ̀lú bá dá lójú ẹ̀ fún gbárí ni. I know that we think that Osimhen, with Osimhen we will make top 4. So I just wish, as we are willing, like let them cultivate means at which we can sign Osimhen, and Osimhen will be a banger for us. We have a track record of African striker playing for Chelsea, and they have a successful record. I never have African player that play in Chelsea that maybe he has a bad record, except Babarama, that injury did not allow him to enjoy his stay in Chelsea. All of the African players that we have ever played, they have a glorious career in Chelsea. So let me stop for now and give others to talk. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Demola. I will now call on. I will call on. Who is there? Well, I see SFC. I do not know. Who is SFC? Are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
All right. Oh, Mr. Emmanuel is back. Sorry, I didn't see you on time. Um, SFC, we have been talking about Osimhen. We have been talking about Osimhen. So at least you met us discussing Osimhen. I I hope you heard what we have been talking about. Uh, uh,
Yeah, I got the last couple minutes.
okay. Oh, thank you. So we have been discussing Osimhen, the possibility of Osimhen coming to Chelsea. So what is your take on it?
I mean, yeah, if he can come, I'm not, he's obviously a top striker, so it's definitely not something to complain about. I think for me, I think the thing now that Chelsea need to figure out is how they're going to balance their squad. With the amount of players that they have on the team, I feel like they should be able to, if even if they're worried about money, they should be able to do some swaps or something if they want to get Osimhen. Because in fact, right now I was trying to look at Napoli's squad to see if there is any players that Chelsea have that they want to offload that Napoli would want to get in the deal. Because I know obviously I heard that they want Lukaku as a replacement, but given the fact that Chelsea has like 40 players, I was just curious to see what other players that they would be able to offload for the Osimhen deal. And then I know, we were talking about what Chelsea need to accomplish for this season. I think that, for me, I think a good season this year would be, to get at least, around 75 points or more, and if they can win a trophy, whether it's the FA Cup or the Conference League or whatever, that for me would be what I would consider a successful season for this year.
Oh, all right, SKFC. Thank you so much for that brilliant contribution. And meanwhile, I will want us to drop Osimhen topic for now, then move to another issue. What do we need to do? And Mr. Emmanuel started this discussion actually. What and and what he said, if I could recall, is that we need a prolific striker one, and we need a what a powerful and pragmatic, fantastic defender. That in defender to what to bolster our defense line. So what do we need? What else do we need? Do you agree with what Mr. Emmanuel said or not? And if you do not agree, what do you think that we could do to what to make sure that at least if we could not win the league, we will be among the top four clubs?
Um,
I will start with you from SKFC.
Honestly, the way that Chelsea finished last year, I don't think that this team is as far off from at least finishing top four as a lot of people think. Because especially when I look at the other teams that they would have to be competing with, like, there's a lot of question marks about pretty much every top team except from probably Man City and Arsenal as to how good they actually are going to be next year. Liverpool are in transition with their new manager. Tottenham are still in transition with their new manager. I don't think Aston Villa are as good as the fourth place finish that they got last year, and they're going to have more games, with Champions League. And then United, obviously, they weren't particularly good last year either. So I don't think that Chelsea are in a poor position to finish top four. In terms of what I think Chelsea need, I think if anything, I think what they need is to sort out their defensive issue. Because last year they conceded like 63 goals, and honestly, that's just not good enough for a club of Chelsea's size. Like so, and I think that is what they really need to show up. Like I know we talk about getting like a good striker, and I definitely think that's important. But this team was able to score like 80 goals last year, which I think was still around top 5 in the league. So I think being able to control games, and to defend properly, I think is going to be the most important thing for this team moving
All
forward.
right. All right. Thank you, SKFC. Thank you for that contribution. I want to quickly move to Mr. Bumi Daramola before Mr. Manuel talks. Mr. Bumi, what do we need to
Sir?
do? What do we need to do? What are those things that we need to do now to bolster our team for this upcoming season? And perhaps maybe we have what it takes to be among the top four, or maybe hopefully we win the league. Yeah, over to you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I think the only two things we need to do right now is to get main striker and build our defense. Don't let us forget the first season of Guardiola in Man City. He tried to play attacking team without good defender. I think like 2 seasons, he doesn't win trophy because of that defense. I think he spent close to like 400 million at that defense. So when you see that this attack in England, you can't just be playing attacking game alone without having a good defender. Because there is a time will come that it will be difficult for you to score just one goal. And once you score that one goal, you'll be able to defend it to the end. Imagine, see what happened in our preseason against Madrid. Badashile, I don't need to cover name. This guy is, if there is percent that is more than 100%, is 1000% error in that defense. Imagine you're staying at the line touch in a pole, and a ball is rolling beside you, and you are now raising hand. See, we know what this guy is normally doing during his lifetime now. Ashley Cole is our second keeper. When you have Ashley Cole inside the box, forget about it. Even if our keeper misses the ball, Ashley Cole will find a way to put that ball out. So our defense is error for now. Don't let us be saying, okay, because if you have a good midfield, our midfield is okay. We have a good wing, and so if you can get Osimhen, that will be a good thing. But that defense, don't let us forget, if we are score and we are concede, it's totally error. Imagine last season we scored 52 goals and we are conceding 52 goals. That's not good thing. So we need our defense to be strong. Once we can have a good, experienced defender at that back, I can bet it that we are competent to fight for maybe top 2, or even win a trophy like maybe FA Cup or Carling Cup, or even this Conference League that we are going to play. But without that defense, we just be hearing that Chelsea play 4-3, 5-4. We'll be scoring and they will be scoring scores us. So we need that defense to be very strong. Without that, we are not ready for Premiership. That's the only thing I need to say.
Thank you, Mr. Bome. Mr. Emmanuel, do you agree with what Mr. Bome said? Or maybe you have
for me, guys, I've followed Premiership going 30 years now, and I can tell you, Chelsea did as best as they could have done last season. Considering the amount of investment, and I did expect us to be in the top 4 last season. I don't care what anyone said. We had the team to be able to get into top 4. If we played the way we played from January to the end of season, we would have definitely been top 3. What we played from January till the end of season, where we went, for so long, we didn't get beaten in Stamford Bridge and we're winning games. If we had started like that, we would have definitely been top 3. We're only 5 points from top 4. So if you look at the silly games we lost at the beginning at home, which we shouldn't have lost, and we had won those comfortably, we would have definitely been in top 4.
Honestly, I agree.
Having said that, I still feel there was just enough in that same team without really doing so much addition. Because most of the players we're buying now, I can tell you, most of them might not even be in the team. And like rightly said, Nacho is probably one of the top ones we bought this season.
Even in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I say even in the next 2-3 years, they are not.
Yes,
they are not number one.
They might not be in the team. So for me, we didn't really need to change much in the team apart from getting a replacement for Diego Silva.
That is it.
We needed somebody We saw what happened when Silva was not playing. And I thought if they had even been conscious that, okay, we haven't gotten the kind of replacement we had. Silva, let's give you another 6 months, 1 year with us. Help us groom, point out amongst the ones we have who you think would be right to replace you. One thing Chelsea Football Club don't have is we do not have a succession plan for players. And every successful team need to have a succession plan for their players, especially as they age, especially as they drop off form. We don't have that, and I doubt if many football clubs have it. But the only club I see that has it, even though they have not come out publicly to say it, is Man City. If you look at the way Man City sell their players, they don't sell one of their top players without having a kid or somebody from outside coming to replace. They've already done the deal with okay. And I think if I'm a player or if I own a football club particularly, I would say to my players, I want you to give me 1 season notice if you want to leave my club. Especially not so much my squad players, but my top players in the team, in my category A group of players that I really want, or my starting 11. Let me use those words. Those I see as potential starting 11. Give me 1 season. I don't want you to be in my club if you don't feel like you want to play in my club. But I need that 1 season notice so that somebody who's willing to pay your asking price can have you. That would give me enough time to bring somebody in within 2 windows to come and replace you, or find somebody from within the club to come and replace you. That is what we have not done very well. Silva, Dego has gone. We haven't brought somebody in to replace him. We saw it in preseason, how they struggle. If they had a succession plan, they could have trained a Shalaba to say, you know what? You learn under Dego. Dego, stay with him 2 hours after training. Let him watch your tape. Our analysts, everybody will sit down, watch. If you think he's the one that has the potential to be able to replace you, or point us to a player outside who you think would have your kind of quality to come and replace you. Most clubs don't have that. And that's why you see when the player leaves, they struggle. When the player leaves, they struggle. Where do I see us this season? We need an experience, not just a player, but someone who is experienced in our defensive line, who I know can play 30 games in this season. He's not injury prone, he's not a dead wood. We need that. Our midfield is not there yet. Our midfield is not perfect yet to suit the way Maresca wants to play. And I think today somebody put up our starting 11 by next week if we can get Osimhen. And I said that I am not comfortable with Enzo and Moses playing as a pair of 8 behind the front line. I am not comfortable because I do not see them as those kind of players. If you want to play that position, it's not just you doing defending and attacking work. They can do the defensive side, but they both can't do the attacking side. I need somebody who can split passes behind the defense line, and our fast wingers can get onto it. There is no balance there. I've seen Karen Drisby Hall. I think he's going to be good for it. He's going to be good as a player who's going to come to the box and score goals. How many goals does Enzo score? Enzo has been with us now 2 seasons. How many goals does he score from midfield? Not so many. How many goals does Moses score from midfield? Not so many. So if you're going to play those 2 in front of Levi, who I think should be our standing holding player, not Moses, not Enzo, but Levi has to start. Whether they like it or not, they can't do Ojuru. And if they do Ojuru for that, but God will punish all of them. I don't care. Because he has shown that he's capable, he's better than Moses. He's better than Enzo, without a shadow of doubt. He's got the power, he's got the tenacity, and he reads the game very, very well. So he should be the one playing the holding player. And like I said, the way Enzo wants to play, if I'm the coach, when I'm playing at home, I'm going to play 1 number 9 in the front and 3 attacking players behind. And that's why I always said Chelsea never had wingers. They never really had wingers playing on the wing. A winger is somebody who can play as a striker and also assist in goals. That is a winger. If you look at what we have, Stanley Mban is incomplete. Noni is incomplete. Noni only wants to score. Noni does not want to create for others. For a winger, you should be the one. You should be a creator more than a scorer. That is a winger's work. The person who should be doing the scoring is your number 9 if you have him in the team. Then when I'm playing away, I would not play number 9. I will play with 3 in the front so that I can fortify my midfield with an extra man to support Levi. But he can play box to box if he needs to go forward. That's what I would do. But again, I'm not Maresca. I'm not the one who's getting paid all this money to make all those decisions. He's got the players. But I'm glad Neto is in there. Neto can play on one side, then Palmer play on the other side. I think Christo should play in the middle. I don't want Palmer to play in the middle. Palmer is more dangerous because Palmer is too slow. I need him to come in inside, cut inside and score his goal. While Neto can go on the flank. You need to have a balance. You can't have 2 of your wild players going wide. Somebody has to be able to come in so that once the striker is dragging them away, one can come in. But again, if you play intelligent players, they will know how to work these things out within them. Oh, Palmer, you're the one who likes to cut in. Okay, my number 9, drag your central defenders to the wing so that he can come in and score the goals. See the goal this guy scored today against Man City in the Community Shield. That is a classic winger. Comes in, sees the goal, takes shots. Simple and short. It's not be saying you go to try dribble players like Nani would do. Senseless dribbling. We don't need that. We just need simple football. Simple football. When it's right for you to dribble and make sure it's progressive dribbling. Not the dribble where we say the slow game. No, we don't need that. You're dribbling, you're using it to create space. You're dribbling, you're using it to take people out of the game. That's my own philosophy about dribbling. If not the one where you dribble yourself, where we say you never pass 2 inches and they give you the ball, it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. I see Chelsea to be able to be in the top 4 with the squad we have. But if we have a striker and an experienced defender, I see the potential that we would be in the hunt for the Premiership towards the later end. We might not get it, but I see us towards the later end getting, fighting for it. And hopefully we would have one trophy to show for all the effort through the season to give us confidence to build going into next season. That's all I've got
Every
to say.
Nigeria stand up, put our flags up in the sky. Put them in the sky.
That's what I've got to say.
Let's show the world.
Sorry.
Let's show the world.
And we
are Nigerians.
Where is this team playing?
Giant of Africa.
Yes, it's still playing.
Don't mind this thing. Sorry, Mr. Emmanuel, for that unwarranted break in transmission. Mr. Emmanuel has really corroborated what other people have said about the kind of things that we need now to bolster our team. And I don't want it to be Mr. Emmanuel alone. I also want others to also contribute to the discourse. But just before we go, I just learned that James is injured now.
Yes,
James is injured.
Back to injury.
He has gotten another hamstring injury. And when he gets a hamstring injury, you know that at least it will take him 2 months for him to come back. So,
Doctor, remember I said it 2 weeks ago.
You said
that guy was playing like he did not want to what? Get injured. Did I not say it?
Yeah.
If they look football, I go they know who won't play and who no one play. When people were criticizing him, he's heavy. He doesn't look like it, but I just like look at you guys. Look at that, you guys don't read the game. These guys want to start the season, and it's only when they start the season 3-4 games into it, then you know that yes, your body is prepared for any hardship that would come with the game. Preseason is the toughest time where you can easily pick up hardship. And I honestly, guys, I pity the English players. And if you guys know that these kids have been playing football from the age of 6 years old, they've got a real rigid structure to develop them from the age of 6. It's not like in Nigeria where we don't have any development program for any of our JJ Okocha or the next people. We don't have any of those. So you can imagine a kid who has been playing from 6 years old. How easy his body will pick up injuries. Body no be machine now. It's supposed to get break. It isn't a 3 weeks break where they give them 9 their body go heal. No. It takes a lot for them to recover. So I'm not surprised he's picked up another hamstring. And I'm sure he must have picked up that hamstring in the training they did yesterday.
And
Yes,
to your point,
based on what
Mr.
I read.
SKFC, do you want to say something before?
I was gonna add on to Mr. Emmanuel's point is that the body is a very interesting thing in terms of it gets very used to whatever state you decide to put it in. So throughout the season, when you're playing high level games and like every week, your body will get used to that and it will adjust to that. And then when you go on vacation and you're not playing anymore, it will adjust to that as well. It can sometimes be very hard to basically try to shock your body from one state to the other, especially within a short time period. And I think for Reece James especially, I think I heard that this offseason they were trying to get him to slim down a lot. I didn't really read up on that, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah, in the last game, in the last broadcast, even I say that the last game that James played, he was too heavy. We could see
Too heavy.
Too heavy.
And maybe the wings he played.
It was too heavy. And just like Mr. Emmanuel said in one of our live broadcasts last week, that he was actually positioned out of his natural position because of this fear of injury. Eventually, he got injured now. So we are in a pathetic situation in terms of
no. I think I'm glad that he got that injury, to be honest, because Gusto looked to be an informed player. So Gusto should play right back, and they should bring Vega into the left back if Cucurella is not ready to play.
I mean, honestly, though, too, I think we have to take depending on what the other players look like for the season. I think it's time to really look at that. The Chelsea's whoever manages their players' health, because how many players were injured last year? It was like 10.
Like 10 no, Chelsea in the league of injury was top of the league in the Premier League last season when it came to injured players.
Yeah.
So when you look at the number of days our players were from, Chelsea was top in that league all through from the beginning of the season to the end of the season.
So if that persists again like this year, they need.
I don't think it would. I don't think personally. I think it would.
I hope it doesn't.
Because what I heard from the players was that Pochettino was more of a running coach. Walk.
Just run.
And they don't really do run. Thank you, doctor. Run. And they didn't really do so much proper technical, tactical work. So he just wants your work rate to be high. And that can cause you lots of injuries.
Yeah,
unlike the way Maresca and Pep play, they might not even do any training. They can go into a game. They just focus on tactical play, especially when you don't have enough time between games. So that would help the players, to recover well enough before they go into the game. But a player just plays now. Tomorrow you're telling them not to have a day off to come and start training again. But be firewood now. It will break down after a while. So I'm glad he's having this injury stuff, which is why Real Madrid didn't come for James this season, because they are not sure of his injury record. They're not sure of his injury record because I heard Real Madrid was interested in him.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. SKC and Mr. Emmanuel. Okweoluwa, are you there? Okweoluwa?
Yes, sir.
Are you there?
I'm there. Yeah, I'm there.
So what can you say about this discussion that we have been talking about? Over to you. Okay.
Yeah. I joined the meeting late, so I just need to refresh about what you guys have been discussing, sir.
Okay, all right, go for it.
Just brief me on what you guys have been discussed. I joined the meeting late, sir.
Oh, no worries. We are actually, just to recap what we have been talking about. One, we talk about Osimhen, the possibility of Osimhen coming to Chelsea. Knowing fully well that the main stumbling block is the wage. It's the wage. It's not even the price tag. It's not the price tag that they have placed on him is the wage. So we talk about the possibility, and also we got to. I think one of the panelists said that they are considering Sterling to go to Juve and some
Yeah, I,
players to be sold. So if we can recoup money from uh, those sales, maybe it is very it's going to be possible for Osimhen to come to Chelsea. That's one option. We also talk about Neto, that what will be the likely impact of Neto now that it's a blue now? What will be his impact on the overall performance of the team? And also, we have been talking about um, James, Rhys James injury. We
I got to that discussion.
there was just an alert now. He's on TikTok it's just a few minutes away, a few minutes news now that Rhys James is now injured and he just got a hamstring injury, which I believe that it will take 2 or 3 months for him to come back. So, and what what are we going to do about this now? Now that and meanwhile, Mr. Emmanuel, one of the panelists, said that maybe this is the time for Gusto to man up his position and for Vega to play left wing, left back. So those are the things that we have been discussing.
Okay, let me pick it from the last point. The place
All
of
right,
James picking up another injury.
all right.
Actually, I'm not surprised. As Mr. Emmanuel, one of the panelists, he said that during the what's it called preseason, the way he's playing, it is obvious that this guy did not want to pick up another injury, and unfortunately, he has picked up another one now. And good so I've already proved himself because throughout last season he has been there for us, and he shows that he worth the money that we used to buy him. I mean Chelsea that they used to buy him, and that's not a challenge for us. The prayer is that he should not pick up another injury. So let me go back to the place of Sterling and Osimhen and the like. Based on the news that I had, the major issue is that our board, based on the salary, they don't want to pay Sterling 300k, Osimhen also 300k, based on the structure that they put in place. So for them to bring in Osimhen, that means there is a need for Sterling to move because of the salary wages. And to that, if Osimhen is truly interested in Chelsea as well, I expect him to lower his wages, even though if it is 250 or 200, if you are really interested in the deal, because both party, Inter Milan, Napoli, and Chelsea, they have agreed to that. It's just the salary. That's the issue. That's the problem. And to the issue of NATO, I will just comot what is it called, Modric from the equation, put NATO there in the middle, Nkuku, and this side I will put Palmer and Jackson, or and if Osimhen we are lucky to sign Osimhen, I'll put him in the front. That's just the formation that I will use, and I think that will be okay. Modric, he has been given a lot of time and he haven't proved himself. 100 million for that matter. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much.
All right, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Okweoluwa. Over to
Yes,
you,
sir.
Mr. Ademola. Over to you, Mr. Ademola. I know you have a lot of things to say now. Now that we have a lot of issues on that.
Oh, good evening once again to my fellow panelists and good evening, doctor. This James injury, see, me I used to see it. I don't used to like to be uh, they will try to be faking or fooling each other. I've said it. There was one day when we are having issue of the striker we want to buy, the player I want to buy. I itemized that if offer come for James, they should allow James to go. Me, I said it that I would even prefer if James will go that we have Chaloba in our team. I will be sincere with ourselves. Like James, ever since James has promoted to first team, if it has been available, we know if James is available, we know what he can offer. But when you are not available in the crucial moment that team needs you, is not something that we should be celebrating. We've have leaders, we've have captains, previous captains in our team. Our captains always lead from front. They are always available, rising from the time of John Terry, Kayi, even recent Aspilicueta. At times I've seen a season that JT was available for selection from the first week to the 38th week. He never missed one match. That's the kind of leader, and we are talking that we are looking for leaders in team, and our captain, first choice captain, is not always available. Both James and Mount, they promoted to first team the same time. The type of appearance that Mount had before Mount was sold to Man U, he has doubled the appearance that James had in Chelsea, and they both promoted to first team the same time. So it seems like this James reoccurring issue is unfortunate, because I know James is a complete right fullback. As is a complete in terms of defending, in terms of attacking, what he can offer, but his unavailability is becoming one too many. It's because thank God that we have Gusto, that we signed Gusto. Initially, when they signed Gusto, I was saying they want to come and spoil the future of this guy, because I was looking like, how is he going to bench him? Like, seriously, how is he going to bench him? But thank God that James, that is even supposed to be competing with him, is not always available. So the guy make use of his time. And in terms of rating last season, I don't think if they want to take one right back in Premiership ahead of Gusto, maybe they will just take Kyle Walker, and Kyle Walker is playing in already established team. Aside Kyle Walker, in that right back last, I know Arnold is a top notch, but Arnold was not fully available throughout the season for Liverpool. There was a time they did not see Arnold. But if you are rating right back in Premiership now, they cannot say Gusto Thierbaou is there to compete with any right back in that Premiership. But let's see how it goes. And let's see how it goes. Thank God, initially James is going to miss like 3 matches before in the beginning of this season. Normally, they have been planning for that. And I even heard that coach was already saying that one of our match, maybe this tomorrow, might have been forecasting that we will play one match without James, just to see how it's going to go. Yeah, I think it's going to be allowed. So to me, his injury is like a blessing in disguise. Because normally, if he did not have injury, he's not going to play our first 3 matches in this season. That one is on record. So we use this injury time to miss the red card and to recuperate himself to see if it can be available. And going back to, let me touch on Neto. Neto, we know what he can do. Playing from wing, we have seen what he can do. That guy did with us last season. Most of the time he was available. He did with us, he showed what he can do. Even most against all those top teams. If you watch Neto last season, against Man U, against Arsenal, it was worrisome. So I'm not doubting his capacity. I will just be crying for Modric now, because Modric, that one that don't want to get sense. I'm not sure, because Neto is not an old person. He's not an old man that will say, if Neto is just have few time to play. Neto is like, I think maybe he's 24, 25. So he still have a long of years ahead of it. It's Modric now to go and beg his, maybe I will leave a beg. They should go and worship this CC. That God should just help him. Because that guy, I so much expect the guy. Like, as I was giving Jackson time, that Jackson will come up. That's why I was giving him the chance. But Jackson has already shown us what he can offer now. This season, Jackson, if not for Osimhen, I'm expecting this season that Jackson will be a banger. Like, seriously. Because Jackson, you can see that this one no ball. It's just like that consistency is not just front of goal.
It's Abibo.
But Modric at times, he will be doing as if maybe one shake. The players were supposed to dribble. You go and release ball. You want to enter inside somebody as if you are in PlayStation. I don't understand though. Like, seriously. I'm not having patience with Modric any longer. Like, seriously, I've given him time to show us what he can offer. But I think maybe this Neto, maybe we'll challenge him. And we never can even tell, maybe before the transfer close, maybe they will know him at. Maybe we'll go and have play time in another thing. We never can tell. Serious, we never can tell before the season close. And for Chile, please, maybe for church tomorrow, maybe I will write in prayer points like how God should do it miraculously that we should get to Osimhen. Maybe I will be praying that God should be, because I know if we get to Osimhen, we are getting that our brand name, that our commanding figure back if we get Osimhen.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Osimhen presence alone in the front is scary. Somebody like Saliba, they will run. Even when they see Osimhen, they will run. They can't contain Osimhen like the kind of energy that Osimhen brings. But we don't have that scary striker. Throughout
No,
last season,
no.
we don't have. You know, Jackson has skill set, he can hold up play, but that fear that Osimhen, Osimhen,
Osimhen
that
is
boy,
there. Osimhen is there. Osimhen is there.
yes, so that kind of a thing. And you know, I think it's a lot discussion that Mr. Emmanuel said something that ever since the day of Drogba or Costa, that we do not have that scary striker again, that people will scare that we should be careful of this man. And
Yes,
now if we
indeed.
can get Osimhen, it will bring us that scary hitman from the fan. He will give us goal. Osimhen has proved himself in French, in Italian, that he can score goals. So I don't think he will find it difficult to score goals. This one that we even have creative midfielder, we have creative winger. So I don't see anything that will not make him to be a success. But we pray that this comes through. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ademola. I want to welcome Mr. Wilson, the proper Charles, to the discussion panel. It's been a long time I've seen you, Mr. Wilson, and it's good to have you here. Happy weekend to you. Mr. Bomidaramola, what can you say about this discussion? Just before I move, I call Mr. Wilson. Or you don't have anything to say for now?
Just chip in a little bit before I move from the discussion.
All right.
Thank you for that. So I will start with James. Someone is in another group that we normally chat with based on West Africa chess. Someone is telling me that maybe they should take James to Saudi or one Africa country for treatment. And let's just be true to ourselves. Mr. Emmanuel said something like this, I think a week ago, concerning our medical stuff. Because I don't see reason why this guy will be getting injury time. Even despite the fact that the guy is trying to free himself from injury by not playing good ball in preseason, he still get this injury in training. You see that our medical stuff is very, very bad.
No, I totally disagree with you guys. If you guys see the life of a footballer, in fact, I'm worried for James because when I see his body shape, right, I've seen that he's lost his posture.
Yeah, it's too big now.
And all these things come as a result. See, I'm 52 years old. You guys are looking at me on the screen. If I don't tell you,
Africa,
I'm
you're African man, huh?
That's not true. That's not true. It's not a question about African. I've lived in the UK now 30 years thereabout, and I have not gone to hospital, right? Not be saying I do anything. It's the way you look after yourself mentally. Your mental well-being dictates your physical well-being. And unfortunately for footballers, a lot of them are going through a lot of physical stuff. Surgery today, injection tomorrow. We are fans. We don't know these things, except you live in the life of a footballer. I am very close to Tammy Abraham, and I get this first-hand information when I talk to him. Yeah, I was in Tammy Abraham's house. He had a masseuse coming to do what that he pays. Right? We don't know these things as fans. It takes a little thing. It's like when the water is stable and you go and distort it a little bit, you see the distortion, the ripple effect. That's how the body is. Any little thing, it shifts your body momentum. So we don't know what is causing James' hamstring because it's 3 seasons now, or 4 seasons. James has not started the league with us.
Yes. Captain.
And I am pretty sure if they really do a full diagnostics on James, they will find out that there is a contour in his body that is causing that hamstring. And until you find it out and go and do proper surgery, you just keep treating hamstrings every now and then. And these clubs are rich enough, they can do all these things. But I've seen, if you watch James walking on the pitch, you see that the physique is not balanced. That's my own observation. It's just the same way I spoke about Baba Shields, that I do not see him as a footballer. I'm sorry to say, his body physique is zero. There's a way you have a physique of a footballer, you will know. And once something has shifted in your body composition, you can easily pick up injury. And there's a lot of time people pick up injury without any player touching them. Nobody touches the player, and you just see them go down. And by the time you hear, oh, the player is out for 6 months, those are the
But can we
worst kind
compare
of
the
injuries
way our player
without
are
contact.
having injury now to
Pardon?
the time of that lady that Mourinho fought with? Can we compare it the way our player are having injury right now?
I think maybe I should just respond to that. The tenure of that lady is gone. And
Yes.
now, when we look at the medical team, we had issues with our medical team. We have been having issues with them in the last 2 years. But this season, I mean, maybe if, 2 months ago, I know there were a lot of reports about our medical team. And 3 weeks ago, I think they have they are overhaul our medical team. They have overhauled our medical team. They have changed some medical officers. Even I think I learned that they have even changed the medical director.
Yes,
They know
you're
that
right, doctor. You're correct, doctor. There's been a lot of changes in Chelsea. A lot of changes are going on from last season through this season, and the medical team are the ones that they are currently dealing with now. I think they finished with all the coaching overhaul because now Chelsea has created an identity. And for those of you, if you follow me on my Facebook, I've always advocated that you cannot own a football club without an identity. I have said it several times. I think the owners have recognized it, and they've now decided, you know what, we don't want to be going that hiring and firing approach. We want to have an identity, and it's easier for us to pick coaches who will suit our identity. That's what Liverpool have done. Arsenal has done the same thing when Arsene Wenger came. Arsene Wenger gave them an identity. But we've never been able to do it as Chelsea Football Club. So I am happy they are doing it. It's a process, and like Pochettino would say, we need to trust the process. But he was not the right man for the process. He was not the right man for the process. So he ain't trusting any process if you're not the right tools that is needed for it. We need the right tools and the right personnel for a process to come out with the right results. It's not just about you going through the motion. If they like husband and wife, maybe say they know they happy inside house and they did say they get married. And they fool herself. It better make not carrying herself in the marriage, make her go find happiness elsewhere than saying they go through the motion or the process of being in a marriage. You know, the work. Now the children will date the marriage, if there's any children, and them go suffer and with now at the end of the day. So for me, I think the medical stuff, like you said, doctor, they are overhauling it, and they were grossly understaffed. So they were overstretched before. So they were thinly used across all the teams. You know, Chelsea is one of the top clubs in the world that has age category from 6 years old. Both girls and boys to their senior team. So you can imagine when you look at that structure. When Abramovich brought Copan, our training center, people thought it was crazy. But 30 years ago, when I came to UK, I realized that there was no real structure for football. It's just there are some Wengers and the rest of them that have been coming and all these foreign coaches that have been coming in that started putting proper structure. So we still have a long place to go to catch up with teams like Real Madrid, teams like Barcelona that have been doing these things since the club has been invented. So it's going to take a long while. So I think injury side, we might still get them until they are fully staffed. And with injuries, you get it with experience. When a doctor, a physio is experienced, they can tell from even the way a player moves the ball, the kind of injury they've picked. They can tell how quickly, what kind of treatment they need to give that player so they can get him back on the pitch as quickly as time. But if you go and bring new heads now that are not experienced enough, and that's why you see Chelsea is always stealing from other clubs. It's always stealing the right people from other clubs. Now we have a set piece coach. We never had set piece coach before.
Of course.
We never had them before. So we are building a Chelsea because the man is a businessman. Me, I am trusting the process. If we have the right personnel, 3-5 years, we'll be back where we should be. consistently, sustainably. So
All right. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. Mr. Bumi, I think you have landed because
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My guy have said it now.
we hijacked the discussion from you. Oh,
Yeah.
over to you, Mr. Wilson in the Papa Chow. Over to you,
Good
Mr.
evening, sir.
Wilson. Good
Good
evening, my
evening.
brother.
Oh.
Good
good
evening.
evening.
Long time.
Yeah, no see.
Yeah, it's because of work.
I understand.
I don't even know where I will even start. So let me start with let me start with Rhys James.
Oh,
Because a fantastic player, but quite unfortunate that he's always having injury when Chelsea needed him most. Either beginning of the season or in the middle of the season or end of the season. You understand? But for me, I think there are two things. We have to look into our medical team first, and Reece James too have to work on his own body. Because I want to use Hazard as an example for him. If I could remember, Hazard said when he was at Madrid during that COVID-19, everybody was on break. Then the mistake Hazard did was not to take any physio with him at home. That would maybe be doing all those massage, all those kind of stuff. And Madrid as a team too did not give him any personal physio. So for me, I think Reece James, after Chelsea medical team, Reece James of his own needs somebody who will be putting him through all those sections. Because you cannot tell me you barely play for Chelsea, like you play 2 games. After 2 games, you get injury, the same type of injury, the same hamstring. Okay, this guy do surgery last year, and we thought maybe with that surgery, maybe things will get better. And now I don't even know. I'm just hearing it now that Reece James get injured. I don't even believe it until you guys are saying it. Because you barely play 90 minutes for this preseason, and now you are getting injury when Chelsea needed you most. Because we need to start on the high note before we will know whether we have anything to say in the Premier League for the next season, for this coming season. If you don't start well, my brother, don't expect anything in the Premier League. When you start well, even in the middle of the league, maybe even if you struggle, as you start well, maybe that thing take you somewhere before maybe you started struggling. But if you start bad season, it will be very, very difficult for you to succeed. Maybe enter top 4, go far. So for me, Reece James need to work on his own body. After medical thing, you too have to have your own. All those Ronaldo, you will see that Ronaldo, all those, they sleep. Ronaldo never sleep. Upon how well he is, he's doing everything possible to stay fit. It's not easy to play at this level, 39 years of age, and you are still giving it all. Because what Ronaldo is giving everybody now, nobody see Thiago Silva for 40 years of age, and Thiago Silva hardly get injury. If he get injury today, he will come back next week. Thiago Silva never get injury while he was playing for Chelsea. He never get any injury that took him for so long. But these young guys, some of them, it be like say they too like that other department too. You know, say that one too.
Don't go that side. Don't go that side.
That one too they contribute. That one too they contribute. So for me, I think they need to work on their own body. Even though this Chelsea medical team self, because ever since this new owner took over, we have been having this injury of the team every now and then. If not be 3 players, 5 players at the same time, sometimes in a single match we have like 4 players injured, 3 players injured. And some of them, when they left, since they left, I have never seen them this kind of injury like N'Golo Kante, like Christian Pulisic, like Robin Loftus-Cheek. These 3 players, when they were at Chelsea, they were having injury problem. But ever since they left Chelsea, I have never seen them on the hospital bed. So that is the reason why I have to blame the medical team. Why somebody was with us having injury and the person left and he's not having that injury. So I just hope I just hope everything will go better for Rhys James. Even if he later on leave Chelsea, I like him as a player. Even if he's not playing for Chelsea, anywhere he goes, I still want him to succeed. As for Victor Osimhen, maybe he need prayers. He need prayers from us because a player like Victor Osimhen will not be they will not be discussing about Osimhen as if he's an average player. Osimhen is not an average player, but Osimhen maybe having it very, very difficult to get another team because PSG are not willing to pay that huge amount of money. Chelsea, I don't know. With this kind of signing, we have two players who are in that position, like Nicholas Jackson and this Samu of the guy. And I don't think with this bloated squad, Chelsea will still need Victor Osimhen, even though they need him, but I don't think they will still go for him. They will still try to get Victor Osimhen, except they have to let some players go. Because as of now, Chelsea have more than 40 players professionally. We have only in that goalkeeping department, Chelsea have 7 goalkeepers. Okay, 1 left yesterday for long, but we still have like 6. What are we going to do with them? In the defense, Chelsea have like 6 or 5, 7 defenders. In the midfield, Chelsea have like 8 midfielders. In the wing, the same thing. In the attacking, the same thing. So if we have to bring Victor Osimhen in, we have to balance our book by letting some players go. And I'm not seeing any exit door yet because Lukaku still there. As far as Lukaku still there, he is on our payroll. As far as and Amado Broja still there, he never get any club. Chelsea are still paying him. And before you sign somebody, we have to reduce our wage. We are spending a lot, and we are not getting good results. We need to spend and have good results on the pitch. Not that we will be spending big money, and at the end of the season, Chelsea ended up playing Conference League. Not that we will spend big money, and at the end of the season, Chelsea finished 12th. It doesn't work that way. If you spend, you have to improve. You have to improve off the pitch and on the pitch. And I think if Victor Osimhen come, he will be a good addition for Chelsea. Because I don't think Nicholas Jackson or Morodion are better than Victor Osimhen. For me, or in my own opinion. But whether Chelsea can afford to pay his wage, considering the fact that we have many players on our pay list, except we let some players go. So for me, before Victor Osimhen comes in, some of our players must go. If not, it will be a problem. We do some players like in this transfer window alone, we sign like 6 or 8 players. Who does that?
Yeah, Mr. Wilson. Thank you. We'll still come back to the discussion. I want to use this medium to before I call on Mr. Kwelua. Mr. Kwelua, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm there, sir.
All right. I want to recognize Padre J for Chelsea, and I want to recognize Chelsea View. View. I want to recognize you as well. So you will be speaking after Mr. Okweolua. But before Mr. Okweolua talks, I think I want to say that Manchester United and Manchester City they play in the community shield. Please, someone is maybe I think it's this. If I'm right. Please, if your mic is making noise, can you just mute yourself, please? Let's mute. Okay. Can we mute ourselves? That noise is coming from somewhere. Yeah. Thank you. I was saying that Manchester United and Manchester City play some hours ago, and it was Manchester City that won this season Community Shield match. Uh, and I put that image there because our brother Onana was funny today. He was, he's a clown. He's a clown. Onana is a clown. So, and the next, and this one also, uh, whenever it's calls like that, they will go to the advert bar and will sit down, not knowing that, okay, everything is just what everything is doing is tantamount to futility. And that was what ended the match. So he thought that they had won, and we knew how we knew what happened afterwards. Um, Now, this is what I want us to discuss next, and we will start from Mr. Kwelua. When you look at this, I posted this on my page, and it generated a lot of controversies. And I trust our panelists this evening. You are going to do justice to it. If you look at it, actually, it's not 11 players; they are 12 players. I was not the one that designed it, but when I saw it, I could see that it was what it was. It was 12 players. They were players that were there were 12 players, and I think it was for a purpose. Maybe the person that did it made mistake, but for me, I saw something we could discuss from this image. When you see it, we in the defense line, we have Cucurella, we have Coe, we have Tosin, and we have James. For me, I will remove James and replace him with Gusto. Now, in the midfield, we have three. We have Enzo, we have Lavia, we have Casedo, and in the front line, we have Neto, we have Unkuku, we have Kopama. Oh, yeah, Neto is playing the left wing, and Kopama is playing the right wing, and we are using
Hey, Doctor, I have a question.
yeah, we are using Osimhen as the main striker. Now, I want us to have this discussion from this angle. The first discussion I want to generate from this image is that among the three midfielders that we have in the middle, we have Enzo, we have Lavia, we have Casedo. What do you think will work together? If you are conversant with how we play last season,
I,
when they pair Enzo and Casedo together,
uh-huh.
we didn't get what it didn't work out. Let me put it like that. And we didn't get good result. It didn't work out. In fact, Casedo started shining when Enzo got injured. I'm sorry to say it, but that was what happened. So their partnership never worked last season. So I want us to start the discussion from that angle. What do you think? I feel that it's not feasible and it's not advisable for three midfielder to be used because we will be short-changed in the front line. So, what do you think that we could pair with? I mean, what do you think among those three players that they could pair together and to at least we have seen what Latvia could offer the team. We saw what it did during the preseason tour in the US. So, what do you think that we could pair? How could we resolve the dynamic, the issue in the
I think
midfield?
I
Over to you,
I think
Mr.
I
Okwelua. Let's
Yes,
start
sir.
from Mr. Okwelua,
Yes, sir.
please.
Good
Yeah,
evening, everyone. From my side, good
yeah.
evening. Yeah. So based on this, as you said, we remove James for Gutsu, and to that midfield, this midfield, I must be sincere that I watched the preseason and Lafia is a agbabola. Like you know what he's doing. He can hold the midfield. We can see the penalty, the way he drive. What's it called? That leads to penalty. I think one of our preseason. If you watch the preseason, and also
Not
in this,
America.
I did not remember the team name. I think yes,
It,
North America will be the
Club
team.
yes,
America.
North
Club
America. Yeah.
America,
Mm.
Club America, and we did that. We see that Latvia is a good footballer, and based on what I had a news that Latvia, even towards the end of last season, he's fit, but they don't want to rush him into the game. That's why they just the rumor that is still injured, so as to expectation, people expectation to lower people expectation on him, and for him to adapt to the team. And I can see that that really worked watching the preseason. To me, I will prefer the pairing of Caicedo and Lafia. Both of them should hold the midfield, and Nkuku can play the role of 10. And are you getting me, sir?
I'm
Nkuku will
hearing.
play the roles of 10, and Palmer will play his side, Neto will play that side, and we can just use Jackson. So Nkuku will be the supporting striker. Are we getting? So I'll pick the pairing of Lafia and Caicedo, and Fernandez. We can be introducing him, and sometimes it depends on the game. As a manager, the team that you want to play with will determine your even aside your first 11. It will determine the player that you will introduce to the game. And like we want to play Man City. Man City is a team that, for our first game, for example, Man City is a team that they play fast ball, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, pass, 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 something like that. Sha. So I would prefer Lafia, Caicedo, and we need to attack Man City. We need to
We
attack
also
Man
have
City.
we also have KDH as well.
What say,
We
sir?
also have, we also have KDA in that midfield as well. KDH.
Uh, Ubri, or what's the name of this player that we signed from Leicester? Ma-
Dewsbury
yeah,
Hall.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Maresca son, Maresca player boy. So I'll still prefer him ahead of Fernandez. It's not for the price tag on Fernandez and the huge amount that we used to sign him. I would have said he should just maintain his seat for a while, because during the last season, when the season is running to an end, you can see the pairing of only what is it called, Caicedo and Gallagher, and who is
Mm.
joining them in the midfield. We are winning game, winning game, winning game. Once when Pochettino introduced what's it called, Fernandez back to the game, you just begin to lose. Maybe both of them need to, discuss, work together. Okay, what are your strengths, your weaknesses, so that they will talk these things out. And as a manager as well, you need to read the game. Read the game. Okay, this place, this thing that I want to play, I think
All
Fernandez
right.
will suit the game. Yeah,
All right.
thank you, sir. Yes.
Thank you for your contribution on that. Can we move from there to please can we mute our mic when we are not talking? We are experiencing a lot of background noises. Now let me start from Miss Chelsea View. Are you there? Chelsea View, are you there? If you are not there, Mr. J for Chelsea.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, sorry. Okay, oh, I can hear you now. Okay,
Yeah.
Chelsea View,
How are you, brother?
how are you?
Good.
So I just talked about we are just talking about that midfield. We
Uh-huh.
have like 4 players in that midfield. Of course, in the image we have 3, but let's add KDH to it. Last season, the pairing of Enzo, and Casedo didn't work. That's just my opinion, the way I saw it. Now, this season, now we have 4 midfielders. What is your suggestion about the midfield? How to sort it out? Hello? Okay, if Chelsea View is having problem, Padre J for Chelsea, over to you.
All right, thank you, Doctor. Good evening, and good evening to everyone. I've been following the conversation, and it's so wonderful. When you posted this lineup, I was so excited, as if you have won the Premier League when I saw it. But when I counted, I noticed we have 12 players. I said, how can we win Premier League with 12 players? And I began to check around, who should I remove? Like everyone has been saying, I look at Enzo as a good player, but Lavia is better. I quickly removed Enzo from there. Since we don't have Osimhen yet, I say, oh, we can easily replace him with Jackson. Jackson proved himself towards the end of last season, and he really proved himself. At first, I had doubts on Jackson, but with this kind of lineup, I think we are good to go. And James already injury prone. When you remove him, you can easily replace him with Gusto. And if you watch our preseason, our brother Madueke showed that he can also do something. He has some positive vibes in that right wing. He really proved himself in the preseason. I don't know whether I'm the only one watching that. The ability to dribble, drive into the box, opponent box, and then creating either fine crosses or causing penalties. And I think it's something that is coming positive in Chelsea team.
I agree
Uh,
with you. Yeah, on
yeah,
that.
like you said, this lineup is the perfect lineup for me when you remove Enzo and replace with Lavia.
All right.
Lavia has some kind of tactics that, I mean, there was a pass. I can't remember the preseason match that he made a very fine pass that led to our goal that day. I can't remember the match exactly, but I say, oh, this guy is a babola. That's just a footballer. So maybe leaving this lineup now, you talk about our defense. Our defense is totally a shambles. In
Hmm.
fact, it's porous. At the point, I was asking somebody when we were watching the match, I said, do we really have midfield or is it the defense? But the
Hmm.
sheer will play ball as if he's escorting the opponents to say, look, this is the post, go and score. And the ball and play as if he's confused at the point. I don't know. I'm sorry to say, his eyes, like he doesn't see well. Like he'll be following an opponent until he scores, then he'll come back and celebrate with them before he will now realize that, yes, he's a Chelsea player. That's my opinion. And we can't continue, we can't go anywhere with that kind of a player. So if I were Enzo Maresca, I think he seems to have confidence in Badiashile. But if you have someone who can talk to him, I think if we remove him, like we have Colwill here, I think that's perfect. And Tosin can do very well. He's just coming into the club and he's already showing that yes, by the time I blend with these guys, I will show what I got. That is what I believe. And so, like this lineup, honestly, if we carry it this way, removing Badiashile, keeping him completely, if he can go out, no problem. We thank him for the work he has done. If he can look for another club or maybe loan or permanent, sell him permanently, I think our club will be better off. So, and another thing I will add before I allow others to talk,
Yeah.
the fact that somebody has made a point earlier, we have too many players we have too many players that we don't that causes confusion to the coach. He doesn't even know what to select because we have too many of them. When I was watching Man U and Man City this afternoon, I noticed we were making commentary with somebody, and he said it's like Man City has not signed anybody. I said, they do it in a low key. They don't rush into signing players. They manage the ones they have. And that's why the players understood themselves. And you see the play. You understand that, yes, these guys really understood themselves. Even when you are winning them, they know at what point to switch to a different style, tactics. And you see them winning games. So for me, if we can stick to a lineup like this one or something similar to this,
Hmm.
while Shield never appear here, we will go far. And I still believe Chelsea will have something to prove this season. So
All
thank you
right.
for the opportunity.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Mr. Padre J, for Chelsea. But before you rest for a while, I want to ask, why do you want Enzo to be part of the equation?
Uh, Enzo, like I said earlier, he's a very good player. But sometimes I don't know whether he gets too emotional. Like he's playing, and when he gets angry, he plays anything he wants to play. I'm not. He's not showing the anger per se, but he plays his things alone. Don't get it wrong. He's a good player, but
Yeah.
sometimes he doesn't look up. He doesn't. It's like it's not. He's precise. If he want to give you a pass, he's good at that. He can aim and give you a. But when he's out of it, he just closes up and play his ball the way he wants to play. So that's why I want him. I don't see him as really a good
Okay.
person, a good player to
All
Casado.
right.
Casado
All
doing
right.
very
All
well.
right. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Over to you, Chelsea View. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Can you
Okay.
hear me
Over to
now?
you. All right.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, so you said something about the midfield, right? You said
Yeah.
which
Yep.
you said which two that work together, right? Is that what you
Yes.
said? So I think maybe Lavia and Casero because they have good connections. Like they can play with each other. Maybe Enzo, but Enzo like what Mr. J for Chelsea said. Like he plays too aggressive. Like he doesn't look up. He doesn't look. He doesn't pass. Like his pass is good, but he's like the way he plays is like very I don't know how you say it. Very he plays very aggressive. His head is not in the game. Would so yeah, I think and then for Reece James, I think I agree with you. You put Gusto because James having a injury season, so I'll put Gusto on the right side, and then maybe to place Cucurella, maybe Lewis Colwell on the left side.
Okay, all right. Uh I think you are supporting what Mr. J for Chelsea said
Yeah,
about Enzo. So that means you are going to remove Enzo from the midfield equation for
yeah.
Chelsea. Yeah. All right. I want to quickly go to Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson, uh, what is your take on this? On this?
Okay. Man, I think I want to see what Enzo Maresca will offer Chelsea first.
Okay.
But in this lineup, yes, just like what every other person said, when Caicedo last season when Enzo got injured, I think that was when we see the best in Caicedo. He
Yes,
played
I said
well.
it. Yeah.
Yes, he played well with Conor Gallagher. But now
Yeah.
Gallagher is not in the Chelsea midfield anymore.
Yeah.
So we have to look who we now replace Gallagher perfectly. And I have never seen Caicedo Lavia pairing before. So I don't want to just go into conclusion. So okay, I want to see Caicedo Lavia. But if I see Caicedo Lavia play, because Caicedo will never be out of my team, he is good. He's a very good player. Enzo Fernandez, on the other hand, I find it very, very difficult to leave him out of my team. You understand? So for
Mm,
me, as of now, I think
mm.
I do the change from that left wing, that Neto, until I see what Neto to offer Chelsea. I move Nkuku to that position and move Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez up front. I mean, I move Enzo Fernandez to that Nkuku's position and now leave Lavia and Caicedo as my defensive midfield. Caicedo will
Okay.
play me number 10 and then Nkuku will go to that wing. That is my own lineup.
All right. All right. What?
Hey, doctor, question. Doctor, I have a
Okay.
question.
Okay. Go
Okay,
for it.
so you see how you know how like so someone put Nkunku in the middle, right? Can we switch with if Cole so that Cole goes in the middle and then we have Nkunku on the right wing? Does that work with Chelsea system or no?
Who wants to talk? Jeff for Chelsea. Go for it.
I share in that opinion that you put Kopama where Nkonko is, then you shift Nkonko to where no, you shift Nkonko to where NATO is, if we can play that. And then because I watched some of the clips of
Wait,
NATO,
but Neto can play left. He can play on the left and the right.
I think he played both left and right.
He
Yeah.
plays both left and right.
Yes, I watched some of the clips. He's a very good, really, really good. So I would have put him in where Cole is, then put Nkonko where NATO is, and then leave it like that. I think share in
All right.
that opinion. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's the response of Mr. J for Chelsea. As Chelsea view felt that okay, we could do some shoveling of Nkuku and the likes. So over to you, Mr. Feoluwa, Mr. Bipping. They are here. So I will give them the floor to talk. Let's start from Mr. Bixing. You're welcome. Take the floor, please. Bixing.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Good
Good
evening.
evening. Yeah, good evening.
I'm just listening and I'm enjoying the conversation. I hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah, yeah, we are, and you're welcome as well.
Thank you so much. So I was
Yeah.
just I was just thinking these midfield things. I don't know much, but for me, I feel no matter how it's going to be, this midfield we need to allow Lavia and Caicedo. If Lavia is going to play the 4, Caicedo will be like an 8. Then for me, Enzo Fernandez should be there. Then Cole Palmer should be where he is. Then maybe Nkunku, if at all, for me, if at all, and Osimhen is not coming, then I think we should use Nkunku where Osimhen is. Because honestly, Jackson is not a dependable striker. Jackson misses a lot of chances, God. Like, just when you needed Jackson to score a goal, like, that's when Jackson will not score.
I know this discussion will pop up.
Because Jackson, I don't trust Jackson. It's not that I don't like Jackson, and he puts in effort, but Jackson doesn't bury chances. Like, he's not a striker to bury chance for you. So I'll prefer Nkuku. I've seen Nkuku finish chances, and Nkuku can create some chances for his own self. Unlike other strikers, you see, Nkuku is more versatile to me. So Neto and Kole Palmer are okay. Then I don't know how the attack is not my problem, but I think because of what I saw in
James
Lavia
is
should be there.
injured though.
Yeah, James is injured. James should stay. James, nobody's calculating long season with James. We already know James. This one should not be a surprise to any of us. James is injured. James is injured. And then this particular formation, to be honest, I like it. We should use 4-3-3. All these three central back is exposing our defense. Like this, you see, Madrid taught us a lesson. This 4-3-3 is a high pressing formation, but if you don't press, one pass is going to split all your defense. Like Madrid has been doing it. And then James is not coming from the side, it's middle. So any pass, just the this new formation is not just I don't like that. Thank you so much. That's my contribution.
All right, thank you for your contribution. Your contribution actually is interesting, and I want to say that you're also funny.
Thank you.
I want to say you're also funny. I
Thank you.
am the sage. I expected that discussion about Jackson. You know, I'm a fan of
Jackson.
I'm a fan of Jackson. So when you are tongue lashing him, I was I was just beaming to smile. So over to you, Mr. Okweoluwa. I will not talk now. Mr. Okweoluwa. Are you there? Maybe
Yes,
he's not there. Okay, are you there? Now take the floor, please. Hello. Maybe you are
Hello?
not following. Maybe you are not following what we are
Hello,
discussing.
I've been following. I moved
Okay,
my mic, so I just
okay,
don't mute
because
it
I
now.
could not see you, so that's why. Yeah.
Yes,
Over to you. We have been talking about midfield. If you have, I don't know whether you are following it.
I've once discussed about that. I'm the one that pick up the discussion.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's move to Mr. Olashile. I think Mr. Olashile is there.
I think Lavia and Caicedo and Nkunku should be at the midfield. Then at the front, it should be the new guy we just bought yesterday, and maybe Jackson. The Palmer side, I'm thinking of Madueke and Palmer can manage that side. But the front, I'm not sure about it too, because Jackson will miss chances. And and we can even put Samu there too. So that's my own. If Osimhen did not come, we can put Samu
Doctor,
or Jackson.
Yes.
These days, people don't trust Nicholas Jackson these days. They don't trust him. That's why they don't trust him at all.
I can see that people in the panel today I don't
do you know the most funniest
Can I say
part?
something?
Yeah, okay, Mr. Olashile, have you landed? Because Mr. J.
Do you know the most funniest part? Last season, that guy missed chances upon chances, and it cost us a lot. So we cannot afford to lose it this season. Those chances that he missed, we will have been around top 4. The top 4 debate will be there.
All right.
Look at the chances he missed against Man City.
All right.
one on one with keeper. You dribble the keeper. You cannot put the ball inside the net. And you start.
Okay.
Don't let me start talking
All right. All
because
right.
it makes me angry every time.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Padre J for Chelsea. Over to you. Can, can we
Last
all
season.
mute our mic, please?
Yeah.
Except Mr. J for Chelsea.
Yeah, I said regardless of the chances Jackson missed last season, like I said at the beginning when I was talking, I said I didn't have confidence in that end of the season. He began to show me that yes, he's a player that we can really rely on the chance with the new guys introduced now. He has this that he introduced towards the end of the season to the point that you see defenders struggling to be around him. The wingers will have the chance to be entering there. Well, by the time the wingers are going in, they cross the ball to him. He can do all those finishing the remaining balls. The pace, I love the pace. That's what one thing I love about him. That's it. Yes,
Okay.
when he gets one on one with the decision making point is always difficult for him. He'll be wondering whether to shoot, whether to pass to him, whether to dribble, and that is my concern with Jackson. Because of that, I think Jackson will be a very good striker. He will do very well for us. That's what I think about Jackson. He's a good.
All right. Mr. Winston Wilson. Mr. Wilson,
Yes.
over to you. Over to you.
So I want to talk about that Jackson.
Okay.
See,
Okay. Go for it.
yes, I do criticize Jackson a lot, but I think for me Jackson is good, considering the fact that this is his first season in Premier League, and the expectation from Chelsea was very very high. If you score 30 goals with Chelsea and Chelsea missed top four, they will still criticize you. The only reason they didn't criticize Kopama is because, okay, maybe his individual brilliance. Everybody was carried that, okay, Kopama did well, no doubt. For me, Jackson, your first season in Premier League, we are talking about Premier League, not League One, not La Liga, not Bundesliga, not any other league, but Premier League. Very, very intense. And somebody scored 15 goals, non-penalty goals. You understand? This guy, this is the teammate you never play with. You never play with them before. You never have that understanding. That chemistry was never there before. So for me, if Jackson repeat the same thing this season, I will not say, okay, there is no room for improvement for him. But coming into Premier League, a Chelsea that was struggling to win games, you score 15 goals, non-penalty goals. I think I have to give you your due credit, because the reason why we are seeing Jackson as a bad player is because Haaland used to score 30 goals, 36 goals, 20-something goals, and you want somebody to compete with Haaland. If not, I don't think 15 goals, in terms of numbers, I don't think they were bad. Yes, he missed a lot of chances. Some chances were very, very crucial for Chelsea to win games. He missed them. I know that I'm not going to deny the fact. But overall, honestly, overall, for me, Jackson is not that bad. But if you look at it when Chelsea signed the Drogba, can you guess how many goals Drogba scored in all competitions? 12. He scored 9 Premier League goals and 4 and 3 from other league, AFA Cup and the rest. He scored in 12 goals in all competition. But guess what? Drogba became iconic player for Chelsea and his country. So for me, they say Africa, they carry last. I think I still have to give Jackson credit, and I still have to give him benefit of the doubt. He's going to do well. Yes, don't forget that Jackson is not a number 9. For me, he's good at wing more than that number 9. So for me, if we have somebody who will complement Jackson, okay, without Jackson, who else? Nobody was there apart from Kopama. Kopama was just like, I'm a good player, so let me do my own best. Assuming somebody was there to complement what Jackson was doing, okay, another striker, another second striker was there to score at least 10 goals. Chelsea would have ended well. You understand? But everything was on Jackson. The frustration, the pressure, everything was on Jackson. Everything was on this guy to score Chelsea. Jackson is not Chelsea problem. Chelsea problem is from the owner and maybe and our defense. The decision, the sign. Yes, I'm not going to lie. Chelsea problem is beyond Nicholas Jackson. We can unleash our anger on Nicholas Jackson because we need the result. When you come to Chelsea, Chelsea is not Aston Villa. Chelsea is not Nottingham Forest. When you come to
Yes.
Chelsea, you need to win games. You need to win games. If you don't win, they will criticize you. That is just the fact. If you win, if you don't win, they criticize you. If you win, they hype you. That is why Caicedo said he prefer playing out in away matches than in home matches because at home Chelsea
Yeah.
fans were booing him, which
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
giving him more pressure. He was playing under pressure at Stamford Bridge. You understand? Because of what? 150 million pounds on you. And so everybody needed you to give Chelsea what N'Golo Kante was giving Chelsea, which is not possible. This is his first season with Chelsea. You never play with this type of person before. Even after outside life, like normal life, when you go in new environment, you have to adapt with the new environment, with the new people you are around with. You understand? Before you will now make some things better for you. When you move in Premier League, you first of all you have to cope with the weather. Spanish weather is not the same thing with England weather. That is for sure. So when you go there, you have many things to cope with after playing football. You have many things outside life to cope with. So those guys are human beings like us. Yes, we pay 50 naira in viewing center. We pay 200 naira in viewing center to watch them win, to watch them shine. But when they don't do it, you get frustrated. You get angry. So for me, I think some people are looking in the angle of okay, Jackson need to score goals so that Chelsea will qualify for top four. I don't think no Chelsea fan will like seeing Chelsea playing Conference League. No Chelsea fan will like seeing Chelsea playing outside top four. We need to be in that position, in that fourth position, fourth, third, first. So I don't think for me, generally, Jackson is not bad. His decision making is what cost him a lot of big chances.
But
He doesn't
yeah,
know how that last decision for him to make the last decision. That is the problem. He can take players. Let me surprise you. For me, apart from Kopama, nobody in Chelsea team currently that know how to take on player like Nicholas Jackson. That is just the honest fact from me. Apart from Kopama, no other Chelsea player can take on player like Nicholas Jackson. Just that he was always playing in the middle of the field. If you put Jackson in the wing, honestly, he can take anybody on. Thank you.
Thank you
well,
so much. I
and
will
then,
not.
Doctor, can I add something to that or no?
Please go for it. Go for it.
Okay, so what Wilson said about Jackson, yes, he's new to the system. Yes, he's adapting, but still, like he's still like the problem about him. He's good. He's good in everything. He's good at taking down to one, two players, all that stuff. But he just like he didn't know how to create the chances. Like and when chances come to him, he missed. That's the only thing about him. So for me, I think the best position for him would be on the left wing. Well, actually, no. I'll take that back. I'll put him on the striker. Actually, I'll put him on striker, and then we should get a new experience. We need an experienced striker like Victor Osimhen or Dusan Vlahovic, any striker, any striker that has experience, so he can learn. So he can learn from that player. So Jackson can learn from that player and know how to be a true striker, how to take down one to the players, how to shoot the ball, how to all that stuff. So
Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think Nicholas Jackson, all he needs is an experienced striker from him. He needs someone to teach him how to be a better striker. He needs someone to look up to. So yeah, thank you, sir.
thank you, Chelsea View.
100%.
Honestly, I don't know what I can add to it again. Mr. Wilson really what mobbed everything. It spoke my mind. So I don't want to add anything to this except Mr. Bixon. Mr. Bixon, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I just want to say a little about what about what Steve was saying.
Okay.
Man, I
You
join
know,
me. Oh.
we are all Chelsea fans,
It
and
will
then
enter
we are
well.
not like we are all Chelsea fans, and we are not against anybody. Like I'm not against any Chelsea player. It's all our wish that all the players do very
Yeah.
well. All the players they should do very well.
Okay.
Are you
All
there?
right. Yes,
We,
we're
we are
hearing
hearing
you.
you.
Okay, so when you are talking about Jackson, I understand that you are saying Jackson's first seasons and stuff, but for me, I feel as a striker, as an attacker, no, let's use striker like as a finisher. At least if you cannot do anything, you should be able to finish. Like that's what I think. Every other thing is like an added attribute to you. I just want to compare like Rhys James and Arnold, for example. You see, Gareth Southgate mostly prefers Rhys James just because Rhys James does his primary job better. Um, Arnold, Arnold can do other things, but at least when it comes to defending, Arnold is very poor. And then even you can contribute to scoring, but you should be able to do what you have to do. So you see this Jackson, you're an attacker, and then you are saying your problem is finishing. Like you're not an attacker again. Like your problem should be another thing. An attacker's problem. See Haaland. Haaland doesn't have good footwork, but at least Haaland scores. That's why you cannot criticize Haaland. For me, Haaland does not have any link-up play. Jackson has better link-up play than Haaland. But in the end, you say you have link-up play, you have speed, you have everything, and then you cannot finish, cannot do the main work of an attacker. I don't think that one is. I don't like. That's just the part of Jackson I don't like. Every other thing I'm cool with, but I'm not supporting. Me, I want a later striker. I want to see like Osimhen in my team, like somebody that just hungry to score.
All right.
Jackson is not somebody that is hungry for goals. If you check the way he plays, like he cannot even start an attack. He needs somebody to come with him. And then you were saying Jackson is apart from Kolipama, Jackson is the second best 1v1 in our team. For me, I think the Madueke is a better 1v1 than Jackson. Madueke takes 1v1 very well. So Jackson, for me, Jackson is not the best 1v1 for me. Jackson has speed, but Jackson runs when he feels like running. See, Jackson is just lazy. I feel we should change Jackson for us now. Even this Broha that is here, you're an attacker, but you cannot score. Are you an attacker? Just do what you want to do first. Another thing, you know that it's something you cannot do. You learn that one, but at least do your basic. Be able to do your basic. That's just what I'm saying.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bitsane. Mr. J for Chelsea. Do you want to say something before we wrap up that we wrap up the discussion on that issue, on Jackson issue?
Yeah, like he has rightly said, Jackson is a good player, running and taking on the defense. I did say that over and over again. Like you might mention, but if you want to give me the other wing, I'll prefer to keep Madueke there, then get somebody like Nkunku, where Jackson is. Like we were watching Man City and Man U. I said, look at Haaland. Haaland is not he's not he just has those instinct of finishing the goals. That's what makes him special. Remove those instinct of finishing, Alan is nothing. He doesn't create anything. He doesn't follow ball. But for me, if you want to compare Haaland and Jackson, removing the finishing, Jackson is finishing better than Jackson for me. Because and then, like he said, Jackson runs when he wants to run. Sometimes when he's tired, he won't tell them that he's tired. He'll just be there and he's not running. Only when he has maybe counter attack, then you see him running. And then you run and get to the post. Instead of finishing well, you'll be confused. You don't know what to do, whether to score or to pass or to dribble. He will just stand there. So that decision that will make him finish well and make him a better striker is really is missing in him. But apart from that, for me, Jackson is a good player. Just that finishing. If you get that finishing, perfect. He will be a very good player for me.
All
Yeah,
right.
well, somebody mentioned that this is his first season. Understand? It's his first season. And we thank God he was able to pull 15 goals into that first season. without
Uh, I think Mr. J for Chelsea is having issue there. We cannot hear him again. Of- uh, are you back, Mr. J for Chelsea?
oh, I'm back. I've been talking, but I don't know.
Okay,
Can you hear?
it got frozen when you were talking.
Uh
Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
Um,
Towards the end of your discussion.
um, at the end, I was saying if Jackson can give us that finishing instinct, he will be compared to Haaland because in terms of struggling for balls, he's better than Haaland. For me, it's personal. Haaland only has the instinct of finishing, and that is what made him stand out. If Jackson had used the opportunities, the chances created by others, I think he would have gotten more goals than the 15 goals that he got. And I think that's what is missing for him.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Padre J for Chelsea. And this way, this we will leave Jackson issue because we can't finish Jackson issue today. There are a lot of things we may want to talk about Jackson. But if we continue to talk about him, we will finish the agenda that we have to for today. You could see the image of the player that has been there for a while. His name is Broja. Of course, you all know. And we also, there's a reason why what I put that image there. Because at the beginning of this live broadcast, we started discussing about Osimhen, and that's okay. It's becoming difficult for
No.
the Osimhen transfer to be what to be evident for this season. It's becoming difficult for Osimhen to come to Chelsea because of the salary and because of the wage structure. The wage structure put in place in Chelsea now, and the wage structure is that they have trimmed down. They have trimmed all the excessive wages they used to play. They used to pay before, with the exception of a few players like Sterling. Sterling is, and is the top earners among the players now, and I think Ben Chilwell as well. Ben Chilwell also earns a lot of money. So the Chelsea is trying to really to trim down all these excessive wages, and for them to finish finish that stuff, they need to sell. They need to sell Broja. They need to sell Sterling. They need to sell some players. So now, what is your take? Do you want Broja to be? We have been talking even. We just talk about that image, that formation, and we never mention the name of Broja. So if Osimhen will come, that means Broja, Sterling, and others they will go. So what is your take on it? With just a permutation. So
Okay.
I will start. Let me start from Chelsea view. Then I will after Chelsea view. Then Mr. J for Chelsea. We go for it. All right.
Okay. So Armando Broja. Okay, he's a young striker. He won on. I think he went to loan to. Was it Fulham, right? It was Fulham and
Yes, it was.
Southampton.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, so I don't think there's room for him. I'm sorry. He's very young. He's good. Anything he's 22 years old is good, but I don't think there'll be any room for him. I think the best option it would be to sell him on a permanent deal. I heard AC Milan is looking at him. I think there's many clubs that is interested in Armando Broja, but I don't think he have a place here for Chelsea if Victor Osimhen comes. But if Victor Osimhen does not come to Chelsea, then that means he will stay in Chelsea, and I think Enzo Maresca will give him a chance. But we'll see. We'll see about. Well, first we have to see the Osimhen deal if he's coming to Chelsea or not. If not, Armando Broja staying because he will be the backup for Nicholas Jackson. If Victor Osimhen is coming, and looks like Armando Broja will pack his bag and see his way out from a different club. Thank you.
All right, over to you, Mr. J for Chelsea.
Okay, when I saw this image, I was surprised to see him still in Chelsea shirt. I was thinking he has gone with you because
No, not yet.
uh, I really love his play, his style of play. But like Chelsea view would say, I don't see him having a place at Chelsea for now. I'm sorry because each time he was being sucked in, I used to feel sorry for him. When I see him coming in, I used to pity him. I say, "Oh, you are still here." He was a good player for me, but towards the end, whether it's because of the coach or whoever, they sidelined him. We no longer hear him. He wasn't given that much opportunity like it was given to our brother Jackson. If he were to be given that opportunity to feature more, I think we'll see the better side of him. But he wasn't given that opportunity. So the best part for the best thing for me here is either we loan him out or we permanently sell him, where he will have time to play. But as Chelsea, I'm sorry, he doesn't have that chance with the caliber of players we have now. So I don't think he will have a chance. That's my take on that. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Mr. Wilson, what is your take?
Okay, for me, Broja is not the type of player Chelsea needs or Chelsea wants. Because for me, when this guy was on loan for Southampton, I think he played well. He played well. He even scored against Manchester City. And we thought, okay, he has arrived. Maybe he can do well at Chelsea. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work for him at Chelsea. So for me, I think the best option is not even to loan him. Even if Victor Osimhen comes or not no come, I think we have to save Armando Broja because even if Osimhen did not come, we still have some options there that will be perfect for me more than Broja. Because personally, for me, I think Jackson is better than Broja, and in the absence of Jackson, who can still play in that position as well. So for me, the best option for Chelsea and for him is to leave. If you leave, you can get playing time at big in some club like Southampton, Nottingham Forest, even other leagues. But for Chelsea, if you stay, you will not have that playing time, and you are young. You are not an old player that will say, okay, I can sit on the bench and relax. No, you have to have playing time so that maybe in the future, who nobody know what future holds for you. So for me, the best option for him is to leave and have playing time. At Chelsea, there is no guaranteed playing time as far as Jackson is still there and Kuku is still there, and they are still discussing about Victor Osimhen. So for me, the best option is for him to leave and let Chelsea to use the money to balance the book. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Okpeolua. Mr. Okpeolua,
Good evening, everyone.
good evening.
Yes. The striker waiting. There's a lot to consider. I might be sincere with us. We have this player, what is it called? Fofana. That's the player. When we sign him, our mindset is that okay, maybe this season he will be among the stars. But unfortunately, I heard that it was being discussed. Maybe he will be sell on permanent deal or loan, something like that. Not to talk of Broja that we did not spend the time on him. He's an academic player, and if you go, it's an income. Not to talk of someone that we use our money to buy, and later on not spending up to we want to sell him back. So discussing the Amando Broja, the best thing for him is to just move, pass his code and go. And also, one thing I noticed about this squad is that maybe we don't know what we want. Anytime we hear that this thing is good, oh, let's go and sign it. That's my own opinion. That's my own opinion. And also, one thing I've observed is that if you want to do business, let's say that you want to do business, buy this, food, sell them, earn money. If it's that we are into, let us know. Don't give us thoughts of that. Let's buy this player. Later in the future, we will be in the team. Maybe we should just erase that mindset. because I'm convinced these days. The Fofana for a case study, the matter really told me like, so we want to sell this guy, or like, no. If it is business, we buy him, we will sell him. So maybe we should not have hope that he will enter the team or that would be better than raising our hope that this player is doing fine on loan, and maybe he will come back. But after coming back, we still loan them back. Or better still, we sell them. So that thing has been bothering me, and I must be sincere. So Amando Broja, pack his bag, go where it suits you. Because if you stay in Chelsea, maybe you want to end his career. I must be sincere. But if you want to prove yourself, go to team like like this thing or what those clubs, even German league and the like, he will surely prove himself. He's a fine striker. I must be sincere. I must be sincere. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Okpa. I don't know whether Mr. J for Chelsea has spoken about Broja. I don't know.
Yeah, I spoke. I spoke when I said I was surprised to see his image here, still in Chelsea clothes.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, yeah, I did. I used to pity if he can
Uh,
go out completely.
To the next
just
topic.
so the next uh, thing in the agenda is this guy Chua.
Doctor, this is
Chua,
my favorite one.
I learned that Chua, our coach, has come out and said that Chua is not part of his plan.
Thank you.
He he admitted that Chua doesn't fit his own pattern of play or own style of play. So, or fullback. That was what he said. Let me just quote him. Maresca admitted Ben Chilwell doesn't fit his profile of fullback. So, and do we all agree that Chilwell does not have a place in this present squad? Do we all agree?
100%, 100%, no question asked.
Why
I
do you
want
say
this.
that?
This, yeah, doctor.
Why?
Listen, I want this man gone for years. I've been saying this man, yo, get this man out. He's absolutely useless. He is absolutely useless. The only thing he was good, the only thing the day he was good was during it was 2020 during the Tuchel era. That's it. After that, it went downhill. He was finished. He was there. So I didn't want him in the first place. I told him that this man was finished from the day he signed to Chelsea. I'm like, listen, bro, listen, brother. I give this brother so many chance. I said, please, I don't want Chilwell on this team. He's old. He's getting old, you know. That's why we got Cucurella. That's why I want him gone. This man is absolutely. Listen, he doesn't know how to defend. Number one, he doesn't come back when like this is the thing about Chilwell. I want this man gone ASAP. Thank God, Andrew Maresca. You know what? Andrew Maresca is right about him because he's not part of the plans. He's not part of the plans, man. This man is old. Kalas, he's done, finished. He's finished. That's
I think
he's finished, man. This man is absolutely done. This man, yeah, is that. Listen, he's the Johnny Evans. He's a Johnny Evans 2.0. The Johnny Evans 2.0. That's what he is.
I could see how you are vituperating. I know that you don't even want to see his face.
I don't. I want to see his face. I don't want to see his existence. I don't want to see his existence. I don't want to see it either.
Over to you, Mr. Patrick J for Chelsea.
Oh yeah, I share. Well, when he came to Chelsea, maybe I'm different. I loved him. There was a match he came through for us, and I want to thank him for that. But when Cucurella came up and started what he was doing and is still doing, I just forgot about him completely. Like I forgot about him. I said, chill well, you can go and chill well somewhere. But for now, we have Kokorea. Go and chill. We have Kokorea who can take care of that position. And with the new players that are coming in here, I think I share with Chelsea View. Let this man go and chill, go and rest. Thank you. You are old. Okay, okay. Go and
Listen,
rest.
yeah, yeah. Listen, it's time for him to chill. Time for him to go chill. No more playing time. He can just chill. Go on vacation.
Yeah, he can go on vacation, go and get somewhere where he can chill. But for now, I don't see him having a place in Chelsea colors. No, no, no. I don't see
All
him
right,
having a place.
all right.
Yeah, he
Mr.
did very well
Wilson,
for us.
Mr. Wilson, what can you say?
What can I say? What can I say? Because I think first of all, apart from not being a good player, I think he's an injury prone, and that thing used to cost us a lot because we rely on him, and before you know he get injured, before you know he's out of the team. So for me, I don't think it's even advisable to keep player who is always on the sick bed, on the hospital bed for this long. I don't think he have any future in Chelsea, and I don't think he can fit in this Maresca style of play because he's not fast. He's not fast. Yes, he's made for me. He's good defensively, but he's not that good offensively. Of which this guy need people who will be good offensively too. So for me, I don't think he's good at that. And he cannot be good in batting role. You see when at the end of the season, towards end of the season, Kokolola was inviting like he was always in the midfield and it worked perfectly for us. That was the reason why Chelsea won 5 matches in the bounce. So for me, I think the fit Coquelin will be very, very good for Chelsea. So Ben Chilwell, you try a lot, you win us, you help us win Champions League on that day. You pay your due. You have to go and relax. You have to go Saudi and collect big money. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I think everyone has spoken about the Ben Chilwell. Just a few addition to it. I agree that Ben Chilwell is aging, and also I agree that he's pretty good. For me, he's good offensively. I will argue that he's good offensively. You will see him going front, but the problem is that he's not so good defensively. Honestly, he doesn't have what it takes to mark. So, and if you see opponents normally make use of his own position to what to penetrate, uh, penetrate through that position and what and unleash terror on our defense. So for me, I in some matches I've seen in some matches where he came in and what he did his magic offensively, but the problem is not so good in terms of defending. He's not so good, and in the last 2 seasons, we could see that he has had a number of injuries. I could count a number of times that he got injured and was just on the sick bed for almost month for 2 months, maybe minimum of 2 months. When he has that injury like that, he will just famous for 2 months, minimum of 2 months. Him and Rhys James, those are the two players that we know that if they play 2 consecutive matches, just know that the third match they will play, they will get injured. Or maybe before we play the third match, we will just hear the news that Chilwell is injured, Rich James is injured. I think that it's time in Chelsea, Jesse is numbered, and it is better for him to leave now when the ovation is loud. For me, that's what I would say about the Chilwell. So it does not for me. Even before the coach talk about him today, uh, you would have seen from the look of the things. I have seen the aura, Maresca aura, that he is not a man that fancy Chiwa, because
No,
he has not been mentioning his name at all.
no,
So
at
in fact,
all.
one of the live broadcasts, I said it. I said I don't think that this coach even fancies Ben Chilwell. So for me, that's just the addition I have for that. Before we now move to this, and we have actually we just have one item in our agenda for today, but this is the second to the last. You see these two, their transfer is depending on each other. If it's going to be possible, don't forget that we talk about Broja. I can also add Broja to that equation and other players. If Chelsea could could successfully sell all these surplus players, if Chelsea could successfully sell them, at good prices, I think there is possibility for the deal of Osimhen to go through. But the main factor for Osimhen to come to Chelsea is Lukaku. They value Lukaku at $30 million. 30 no, it's not $30 million. $30 million per pounds. So now, and meanwhile, Chelsea is not even bothered with the transfer fee for Osimhen. It is the wage, which is around. I think they are discussing maybe it will take 10 million pounds per year, but they started negotiating from 15 million pounds. So agent of Osimhen and Osimhen are saying that they want 15 million, which is not feasible. Of course, they will need to concede some amount of money. But if Osimhen will come, that means Lukaku will go. Conte is ready to grab Lukaku. In fact, it's hell-bent that I want Lukaku. But the problem is the money. So now, do you think that transfer deal of Lukaku will go through? Do you think it will go through the way we are seeing now? Because if Napoli do not sell Lukaku, uh, uh, Osimhen will not be able to come. So, and if Lukaku eventually is sold, maybe to Saudi, if Chelsea and Napoli they do not agree, the next bust of Lukaku will be Saudi. That means Osimhen may not be coming. So, what is the possibility of the two deals? Gelling. Over to you. Let me start from Jay for Chelsea.
Yeah, sorry, my network is a bit bad. I couldn't hear the I could not hear I didn't hear the last part of your take.
No, I was saying
But
that
yeah,
I was asking that the sale of
yeah.
these two players depend on each other. You know,
Yes, I got
they're
to that
depending
point.
on each other. So now let's assume that Lukaku, Napoli, and Chelsea, they are not. They maybe they could not agree on the sale of Lukaku, and of course the next buster for Lukaku will be Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia. That will be because Lukaku is retiring. He's 30 year old plus, maybe 31 or 32. I'm not so sure. So he just want to collect the retirement money. So that means
Yeah.
the next quarter will be Saudi.
Uh,
So what? So
to
what will
be
now
to be
be?
frank, to be sincere,
Yeah.
oh, I had thought that Lukaku had gone since, but when I keep hearing him be part of Chelsea team, I feel like he's a surplus for us. Lukaku should have gone and be forgotten instead of bringing this controversy between good players coming in and then depending on him. If the deal can pull through without him, let him just go. And then if Chelsea can start to perform somewhere and be able to meet Osimhen's expectation, I think it's not something we should think about. Even free, let Lukaku just go, even for free. We don't need him. Like he's out of the team, he should be out completely. We need Osimhen to come. And so if we must get Osimhen, it shouldn't be dependent on Lukaku. Lukaku is getting old and it's too heavy. For me, I don't really fancy seeing
It's
him in
because
our club
of the value of Osimhen, of Lukaku.
of Lukaku.
So it's the
So
value. is the value. 30 million will do something. 30 million will
Yeah,
do
30
something.
million. Yes. So why don't they, let them just accept the 30 million and throw him away? Let's see, and then we use it for something and cover up some places instead of wasting time, because we can't afford to lose Osimhen at the detriment of someone who is already out of our team. So they should just collect whatever they can make from him, and then let him go and bring someone who will bring us trophies, who will give us goals, someone who can be effective in our team, someone who can bring back glory. That glory
All
that.
right. Thank you, Mr. J for Chelsea. Mr. Wilson, anything?
Okay. Yes, for me, just like you said, the transfer of these two guys depend on each other. If Napoli sell Victor Osimhen, they can afford to buy Romelu Lukaku. But without selling Victor Osimhen, I don't think they can have that money to afford this guy, this Lukaku of the guy. And the coach make it clear to them that Osimhen is not in my plan. I need Lukaku, and you have to believe him because he play with Lukaku. Lukaku play under him at Inter Milan, and they won league that year. So everybody now believe that okay, what he did at Inter Milan, to actually do it at Napoli too. So for me, I think Napoli they have to do everything possible to let this Osimhen go. And if they fail to sell Osimhen this season, I don't think they will still get that same amount of money next season, because if Osimhen stay and he is not in contest plan, even if they don't have any other striker, Osimhen's game will be limited. I don't think he will play all the games because you are not coach favorite. And since you are not coach favorite, I don't think he will be playing you every game, week in, week out. So them too, they have to let Osimhen go so that they will have Lukaku. Chelsea, on the other hand, they have to still let some guys go, maybe Lukaku and Armando Broja, which I think Broja is possible for him to leave. But for Lukaku, apart from Napoli, no other club is showing interest. I don't know whether Saudi club maybe eventually have interest in him. I don't know for there, but without after Napoli, no other team is showing interest. And Chelsea too need to get Lukaku out of the team. So these two guys, they are the obstacle of each other. Osimhen is obstacle of yes. Osimhen is obstacle of Lukaku. Lukaku is obstacle of Osimhen. So they have to maybe Osimhen too will talk to his team to Napoli. You have to lower this price tag. Chelsea, on the other hand, for me, Lukaku 30 million is not that bad because we bought this guy 90 something million pounds and we barely use him. So we don't have to just let him go for free or terminate his contract or sell him for 15 million. It's not good. That is not business. So at least 30 million is not bad for a caliber of player Lukaku is. So I think the best option for both sides is maybe Osimhen. You have to talk to your team and they will sort things amicably. Napoli are fond of doing this thing because they did it to this Senegal defender, Khalido Koulibaly, and they eventually sold him for 30 something million pounds to Chelsea, which at first they valued this guy over 70 million pounds. And Manchester United were able to pay at least 50 or 60, but they couldn't let that guy go because Manchester was not able to pay that 70 million pounds price tag. So if they repeat the same thing on Victor Osimhen, honestly, next season or next 2 seasons, Osimhen value will drop and nobody will be able to pay that 100 or even 80 million pounds on Victor Osimhen. So for now, I think them too, they are trying their possible best to let this guy go before transfer window shut down. Chelsea, on the other hand, they are trying to do their possible best to let Lukaku go before transfer window shut down. So two of them, they have to work on their team. They have to talk to their respective team to sort things out amicably. Thank you.
Chelsea view, do you have anything before we move to the last item in the agenda for today? Do you have anything to say before we move to the last item in the agenda? Chelsea view,
Yeah, I'm with you.
or over to you, please.
Sorry, I was gone. I was helping my dad. What I miss?
Now, no, we were just talking about how the sale of Lukaku depends on the sale of Osimhen. That, I mean, if Osimhen were to come to Chelsea, then Lukaku Chelsea cannot afford to let Lukaku go on a free transfer. So that's why they are so keen to sell Lukaku.
Lukaku.
So even not on loan now, they want to sell. So the only club that is keenly interested in buying Lukaku is Napoli, because their new coach Conte wants Lukaku, and meanwhile we also want Osimhen.
Question: Is Lukaku on a loan from Chelsea or no? Or was it a permanent deal? Was it a
No,
permanent?
Lukaku has finished his loan with the last club.
with
Now
Roman.
with Roma, so he has come back. But he said that he's not going to play for Chelsea. He has said that from the beginning. He's not interested in playing for Chelsea. That he wants a loan out, or maybe permanent deal. So meanwhile, Chelsea is keenly interested in selling Lukaku now, not loaning him out. So, but like I've said, his sale is depending on the sale of um, Osimhen. So if Lukaku goes to Napoli, I'm very, very sure that Chelsea will find something to do in terms of wrapping up the deal for Osimhen. But now, what is the possibility that the two deals we go through? That's what we have been talking about. Chesterfield, are you there? Okay,
Yeah, I'm
amen.
there.
So that's what we have been talking about. If you want to say something before we move to the next item on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
agenda.
Okay, that's fine. We can go ahead. We can go to the next topic. It's fine.
Okay, all right. The next topic is on this guy.
Ooh, Trevor Chalaba.
On this guy, I feel emotional, man, whenever I see this guy, especially whenever I see his tweet. Nobody should even be telling us that he's going through a lot of psychological stress now. And the new update that I read about him is that he has been told to be um, doing training, to be performing training session with the academic players, and that is a senior player. This is not the first time the Chelsea will do that. They did that for Maluda. This is not the first time. But this is a young guy who did very well, who performed very well last season. So I do not know what went wrong. And the new coach is not even helping matters. And what is making me to be afraid is that I hope this will not boomerang. I hope, because the best central defender that we have now is this guy after uh, after the departure of Thiago Silva. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, because Chelsea is so keen that they want to sell Chaloba, and that's why they said that, okay, you will not be part of the first team. That should be what should be training with the academy players. So, what is your take on this? Let me start from Mr. Wilson. Let me start from you.
Okay,
Mr.
for
Bolaji,
me,
you are welcome. Please, if you are online, please let's share this live broadcast. I've not been saying that because we have been discussing issues on Chelsea today. So please, if you are still online, please let's keep sharing. Let's keep sharing. Thank you as you are sharing, dropping your comment. Over to you, Mr. Wilson.
Okay, see, Trevor Chalobah is a very good defender. And just like you said, after the departure of Thiago Silva, I don't think we have any other center defender that is well experienced compared to this guy. And I don't know what is the reason why they want to let him go. Is it because okay he's academic player? I don't know. I don't know because for me, in my own opinion, he is not better than this guy. Badiashile is not better than this guy. Levi Colwill, I don't think he's better than Trevor Chalobah. Disasi maybe let's say 50-50. I don't know. But if you are going to keep Badiashile for Chelsea and you want to let this guy go, that is where I don't understand. After you watching Badiashile for these last 5 or 4 games we played in preseason, I don't think even if your initial thought was to let this guy go and Badiashile stay, I think you have to change mind that okay, Badiashile is not helping matters at all. Because if you watch, especially against Real Madrid, all the 2 goals Chelsea conceded, I think Badiashile was the cause of those goals, especially the second goal, because he has nothing to let Brahim Diaz score that goal. Because when you see somebody is surrounding your goalkeeper, the best option to do every defender, even if you play this professional game before or not, you have to know that the best option is for you to go and cover the post. And this guy was like, I don't care. And they rounded goalkeeper and eventually scored the goal. So for me, letting Trevor Chalobah go, it pains me a lot, and I don't have anything to say because they are the one making final decisions. I don't know what is the problem. I don't know what that Trevor and the guy loved Chelsea because when Chalobah played, we always win our games. And if you could see last season, he came back towards end of the season around that late, maybe early April or late April, something like that. He played like 5 or 6 games before season ended. And starting from that time, Chelsea barely lose game. Chelsea barely draw. So for me, I think Enzo Maresca too is not helping matters. Yes, I don't want to bounce back on him if he failed to deliver. That is Chelsea for you. Chelsea fans will help you today, but tomorrow if you fail to deliver, they will come for you. They will come for your life. And if you think Badiashile will give him what he wants, it's fine, no problem. He's the coach. He's the one who's going to lose the job. I'm not going to lose the job. I'm not going to be under pressure. My own is to watch if Chelsea win, I celebrate. Chelsea no win, I no celebrate. But letting Trevor Chalobah go and keeping Badiashile is a very big mistake. I will not lie to you. Trevor Chalobah for me, okay, even if you want to let him go, this is an academic player, a true Chelsea fan from birth. I think you don't have to ban him from using first team facility. You have to talk with player amicably. Okay, see, you are not into this guy plan of his style of play. You are not in his plan, so you have to leave. If this guy refuses to leave, maybe from there you can make any action. But I don't think he refused to leave yet. And you are banning him from using first team facility. I don't think it's not nice, threatening your academic player. You know, these things will make some parents will be afraid of letting their kids go to Chelsea academy, maybe under 12, under 8, because they know later on, eventually, they will still be treated the same way. I don't think it's a nice thing to treat your academic player this way. Even if you want to let him go, don't do this harsh decision on him. This guy is young. He's passing through emotional stuff. So for me, I don't think it's a good idea of letting this guy go and keeping Badiashile, keeping other guys who are not better than him. I don't see what Adela Bioyo is going to offer Chelsea yet. You cannot compare the pressure at Fulham and the pressure at Chelsea. Even if he was good at Fulham, don't expect him to be the same player at Chelsea. The expectation at Chelsea is different with the expectation at Fulham. What Fulham needs is for you to maintain maybe from number. In fact, you don't go relegation. That is the problem. That is what Fulham need. But Chelsea, top 4 is not even the reality. what Chelsea need is to win Premier League, is to win Champions League, is to win all the big trophies. The
Yes.
expectation is different. So you don't expect Adarabioyo to come and okay, I have Adarabioyo, so you have to let Chalobah go. For me, it doesn't go well with me, honestly. I
All
don't
right.
I don't like it.
All right. All right. Chelsea, for you, do you have anything to say before I go?
Um, about Chalaba.
Yes.
I mean, he's a great. I mean, he's a great center back and all. He's very young. He's very clinical and all that. But um, I don't think he has a room in Chelsea. But I would give him a second chance. I was very disappointed on Chelsea not counting on Chalaba and him leaving Chelsea because I want him to stay. He's very good. He's a good center back. He has a very high potential in him. He has a great quality in him. But unfortunately, that won't happen. Um, the best to say that I would say I would just say good luck to Trevor Chalobah in the future. I wish he can stay forever, but he's a very good center back. I want him to stay. He's um he's a very young center back. You know, he's like only what 22, 23 years old, if not mistaken. But yeah, Trevor Chalobah, I want him to stay. He can just if just in case of an injury. Let's say Wesley Fofana get injured, or let's say Barashili or Disasi get injured. He can be the guy to take step up to take their place. But unfortunately, Trevor won't see that. So yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you,
And,
Chelsea.
before you say something, doctor, before
Okay.
you say something, don't forget, um, this guy. We never know whether he's still going to play for Chelsea. I mean, Wesley Fofana, because of that injury history. There is no season this guy will play without going injured. That is, I'm not. How I wish he will not get injured, but it's not guaranteed because his injury history is very very bad, even from when he was at Leicester City. So I don't think it's good to gamble in our defense, letting Chalobah go and having Badiashile and Fofana at the same time. But their shield is not good. Fofana is injury prone, which is not guaranteed for them to stay fit till end of the season. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Let me tell you, it is. I feel emotional to see Shalaba, experiencing this ill treatment. I would tag it as I would tag it as ill treatment and ill treatment because what would be what would the academic players what would be in their mind now? The academic players, what would be in their mind that
They are not safe.
if they could treat a former academic players like this, what would be their own lot when it gets to their time? Of course, I know it's not all the players in our academy now that are going to graduate to the senior cadre. It's not all of them, but some people who will be fortunate to graduate from the academic cadre from Cobham to the senior team, they will be thinking that they will also get the treatment Shaluba is getting now. And just like Mr. Wilson said, parents may be discouraged even to be putting their children in Chelsea Academy because of the way they normally treat them. If you look at the way they treated John Terry in Lampard and Co. I don't think Lampard went through. I'm not so
No,
sure. I think he
no, no,
went to
no.
West Ham. West Ham. I think
Yes,
he graduated from West Ham. And
yes.
um, uh,
John
John Terry,
Terry, Ashley
um,
Cole. Okay,
Ashley
even
Cole.
like no,
Ashley
no.
Cole went
Joe,
to Arsenal.
Joe.
Joe Cole
I
is Joe
mean
Cole.
Joe.
Is
Mm.
Joe Cole. So if you look at them, those are the players that parents could read their story and that will motivate them, that will inspire them to enroll their children in Chelsea. But now, the way Chaloba is being treated, I think is not so good. Honestly, it's not so good. I feel it doesn't deserve that, because if you want to judge it from the performance perspective, he performed very well. Of course, he got injured last season, and he came back towards the end of last season. Just like Mr. Wilson said, I think he played up to like maybe he played up to like 6 matches. Of course, he was unlucky for the first game. First match, first match, he caused one goal. I think he deflected one ball, and it eventually resulted to goal. So, but afterwards, he performed very well. He performed very well. So
Thank you.
I do not know why Chaluba is just being treated in this way. Mr. Padre, therefore, Chelsea, do you want to talk before we wrap up?
Yeah, I'm sorry that I was disconnected from here or something like that. Um, Honestly, when I saw the treatment method on Chalobah, I feel so sorry for him. I still feel sorry for him. Like at the point, I didn't like him, but I got to know that he went down because of injury. But when he came back, you could see him struggling to regain his position. And I can't see a reason why, for God's sake, Badiashile will be left in that team, and then Chalova will be asked to go. I can't find it. It's something you cannot even compare. Like Chalova is far, far, far better than Badiashile, in my judgment. So, and being a Chelsea fan, he loves Chelsea. You can see him playing with passion. Even this other young star that just left, you can't even compare him with Badiashile, not to talk of Chalobah. Gilchrist that was blown out. If even for me, if you even bring Gilchrist and you shift some of these people to where Badiashile is, our defense will still be better than it is now. Remove this. Chalobah does not. He doesn't deserve this treatment. He doesn't deserve this. And I'm sure if he lives this way, he'll go with that hatred for Chelsea, and which is unfortunate. Like everybody will look back, I think only say finish from Chelsea, I think so. And see how he's doing very well. Ike from Chelsea. Whenever they look back, all these guys that have played for Chelsea, is it Kevin De Bruyne, Ike, all of them, Salah, when they look back, they say, yes, I got my foundation from Chelsea. I don't think they will have the feeling of this guy now, of Chalobah. Chalobah is treated like a nobody. And like, we don't want you. Go, leave. We don't know what he can turn out to be tomorrow. And this is the man you are sending away like that. Like somebody was saying, I think his doctor was saying it, like parents will no longer have that confidence that their children will have a place in the first team when they go through uh, the academy, our academy, and they are doing very well. So I don't think he deserves this kind of treatment. Honestly, I've been talking about this throughout the week. I say, why should Chalova be treated this way? Really,
And there is something.
yeah. Go ahead.
Go for it,
Okay.
Mr. Wilson. Go for it.
Okay. You know, normally, not because I'm happy it because it's Chelsea, but truth to be told, I don't think apart from Barcelona and Ajax, you can never see any other academy that produce good players like Chelsea.
You
For
are
me,
correct.
it's only Barcelona. It's only Barcelona and Ajax you cannot compare. Okay, maybe and you can say Sporting Lisbon at in Portugal. Apart from these three academy teams I mentioned, even Sporting cannot compare himself with Chelsea. It's only Barcelona and Ajax that always produce good players in the academy. But ever since this Todd Bowley took over, I don't think Chelsea still maintain that standard because he's now letting those guys leave with no reasons. And I don't see their perfect replacement in that academy team. Chelsea are not Chelsea are no longer producing academy players that we used to produce under Roman Abramovich. So for me, I don't think it's fair letting these guys go. Okay, even if you want to let him go, don't treat him as if he's a trash. He just come from nowhere. It's not good. I don't think it's a good advice to advise Todd to be doing this thing to Chelsea academy players. It's not good at all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Uh, um, just before we go, because we cannot finish the discussion on Chaloba today. Tomorrow we are playing Inter Milan. Tomorrow we are playing
Now,
Inter Milan.
mo ṣe bí mo ń bá classmate ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ, so QP ẹ ti máa rí àyè ti clear bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ yàrá. So when you are through with him, let me know.
Who is talking, please?
No. It's outside. It's background noise. Not continue. It's background noise from my other side. Okay, let me
You know,
mute my mic.
because they were speaking Yoruba, so I could hear.
Okay. Sorry for that.
It's okay. It's okay. Tomorrow we are going to be playing our last match in this preseason phase before we start EPL next week in the next few days. So, what do we have a chance in tomorrow's match? Don't forget that we are going to be playing the match in England, and I think we are going to be playing the match on our home soil. If I'm right, I stand to be corrected. Um, it's going to be a kind of home match for us, and tomorrow also, Neto is going to be unveiled. Neto is not going to play, but it's going to be officially unveiled to. I think it's so we are playing it in Stamford Bridge anyway.
It's at Stamford Bridge.
So we are going to play it there. So now, what should we be expecting tomorrow, Mr. K for Chelsea, in tomorrow's match?
If we are going to use the same defense, we should be expecting a defeat. That's what I would say. If we are going to use that, we should be expecting a defeat. That one is clear. I love Chelsea and I'm a Chelsea fan. Even if we go on relegation, I will follow, I will be there. But we will not go there. But I'm just telling you the truth. That with that kind of formation, with Badia still in that team, and all those other, we are going nowhere. The back and put somebody tangible, say someone better. I think will surely bring something. If you watch our last match, our match with Real Madrid, that 2-1 of a thing, it's not as if they really played better than us. But errors caused by our, I don't want to be mentioning his name too much. That she following ball and be looking at it, following it to the okay, see the net or enter, and then he scores, he is happy. That was what cost us in that match. So for us to go better than we did last time, we need that guy out of that so that we bring somebody better. Whoever it may be, I think he's still better than me. So, I'm still positive. However, I'm still positive that tomorrow, Enzo Maresca will going to prove that he's a coach. Yes, I don't know why Palmer, Jackson, and the rest are not playing yet. When they are still some of these our first team players to come back to come together, play it like an EPL Inter Milan. But with those people, that guy in particular, I don't see that happening.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. J for Chelsea. Over to you, Mr. Wilson.
But my brother. Hey. Say, no need to talk too much. Just like my brother said, if Badiashi is going to play in that defense tomorrow, I don't think Chelsea have a chance. Anyway, we are playing in front of our fans, so that will give us maybe a bit advantage. Since we are playing in front of our fans, it will give us a bit advantage, which I think maybe Chelsea can have a point to prove. But with Badiashile in that defense, I don't know. Maybe let me see what lineup this man will do in the defense. But I don't expect Badiashile to play and Chelsea to win. If Badiashile play, maybe it's a 50-50 chance. But Badiashile did not play. I think we have a chance because Inter Milan too, they are not that good in this preseason. Them and Chelsea, they are still struggling. Maybe Chelsea can do well against them tomorrow. But I hope Badiashile did not play. That is my big problem. and I don't know why Decisive is not playing. I don't know whether he's injured or not. For Kopama, just my brother said Kopama is not playing. Kopama just came back day before yesterday because I think him and Gallagher and Kukurela, they gave them longer break than other guys. So that is why Kopama Kukurela are not playing. But for Decisive, that is where I don't know whether he's injured or I don't know. But in general, tomorrow's game, I'm very optimistic Chelsea will get a point to prove. But I hope Badiashile did not play. Thank you. We have to make our fans proud too tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree with what both of you said. And just taking a cue from the last statement made by Mr. Wilson, that we are going to be playing in front of our fans tomorrow, and we have to give them something. They have to give us something for us to be happy before the season what kicks off in the next few days. So I feel that Maresca will do everything possible to bolster the lineup, because lineup and the formation will determine what will be the outcome of the match. Of course, Inter Milan they didn't have it well last season too, but they also have some top strikers in that team. I think in that team they have one this Martinez. Is it not Martinez, Mr. Wilson? Is it not Martinez?
Martinez.
Yes,
It's
that
him, it's
guy,
him. This
that guy is hot. So imagine if we have Badiashile in the defense and we have someone like Martinez. He will, in fact,
Yeah.
we are already in hot soup. So for me, I feel that our coach will not underrate Inter Milan tomorrow, and we will play that match, convincingly, not like the way they play. So because there is speculation that maybe the coach told them not to get injured, but tomorrow they should see tomorrow, because tomorrow will be used as a parameter for our preparation for the league. So I feel that maybe we may be lucky tomorrow to win the game. We may be lucky tomorrow to win the game, since we are playing in front of our of our own crowd, of our own fans. So I think uh, God will give us tomorrow. I think they should win, because if they win tomorrow's match, that will give them confidence to play against Manchester City. If they lose, that will what? That may affect them psychologically. Winning, winning
yes.
is winning a match prior to a hard match, a difficult match, is normally give boost one's confidence. When you win a game prior to a difficult match, it boosts your confidence. So, and if they lose, reverse may be the case. So, reverse may be the case. So they need to be up there, And meanwhile, if they give us, we fans, if they make us happy tomorrow, of course we are going to give them full support when the league starts. That's my own take. And on the final note, I want to thank you, Mr. Padre J for Chelsea, and I want to thank Mr. Wilson, the proper Chelsea. You have always
Thank you.
been outstanding. You have always been outstanding, and Mr. Padre J for Chelsea is so outstanding today. Honestly, this is the first time I will be meeting Mr. J for Chelsea. I guess you are from the middle belt. Am I right? Or from Lagos?
I'm from Kaduna State, Nigeria.
Okay, that's not. Is it not North Central?
North Central, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So we are both from North Central. So I'm happy to really meet you today. And Mr. Wilson is, of course, he has become a permanent panelist on this forum, and I want to thank both of you for staying
Thank you,
so
sir.
late, because this is almost like. Is it not 10:26 there over there now? Maybe 10:26.
9 9:26 here.
Okay, 9:26. So for you to scale till this time, I think I have to give you kudos. So thank you so much, and I wish you a wonderful night, and I wish you a sweet dream. And tomorrow is Sunday, where we are going to go to for those who are Christians among us, we
Yes.
are going to go to church. So here is already 4:27 a.m. Western Australian time. We just need
Okay.
to Sunday. We are on Sunday now. Sunday 4:27 a.m. Yeah, I'm going to prepare and get ready, for the church, and just do some reading, mark um mark some assignment by my student, and just have a maybe I have a short sleep, and before I go to church by 8. So and that's will happen maybe in the next 2.5 hours. So I want to thank you. I especially want to thank you, Mr. Padri. So you are speaking from Kaduna.
Yes, I'm
Uh,
speaking.
we're in Kaduna. We're in Kaduna.
I'm somewhere in a village very close to Abuja here, between Kaduna and Abuja. This along Abuja Road, where this
Oh,
our
okay,
disturbing us.
okay.
But we thank God we are surviving.
God will be saving you. I nearly lost my life there in 2016. Yeah, I nearly lost my life there, but thank God. And unfortunately for me, I could not speak Hausa. But unfortunately, unfortunately for me, I could not speak Hausa. But I hired two female research assistants who are
Oh my!
Hausa. They
Uh,
one is from Jigawa, one is from Jigawa, and the other one is from Bauchi. So
uh,
they are, of course, they understand Hausa, even though they are not
now I think I have
they
no
don't see
problem.
themselves, they don't see themselves. They said, "Sir, we are not Hausa, but we can speak Hausa language."
Not
They
Hausa,
said
but I can speak Hausa. I'm not
that
Hausa.
was the first time I will hear that kind of statement. Later on, I now understood better. I now
I
understood
am not
better.
Hausa, like I am
That
Kuchurum.
they say, yes, that was what they said. That I am not Hausa, but I can speak Hausa, sir. I said, well, but you are in the Hausa state. This is not Hausa state, so all of us we are what? You can say that these are northern states, but we are not all Hausa. That I
Yes,
was sure. In fact,
yeah.
I needed to research further that why did they make that statement. So
No.
then, they were the one that they were
It's
the
what
one
you
that
feel
saved
like.
me. They were the one that God used to save me
No, they are
because
very good.
so because the people that were fighting, that they were unleashing terror, they
Mm.
could they could size me up that I'm not from the north, and I
Mm-hmm.
even tried to wear the northern stuff, northern clothes, but
But
from my
not
from my look, and from the way I was speaking English, so they know that I'm not. So when these little ladies, when the two ladies, they knew that, Oga, you may be in problem. Oh, they just called one cab like that. They just, okay, she should take me out of Kaduna. That should take me out of Kaduna, and that was how
yeah,
I was able to escape to Jigawa, uh, Dushe. What do they call it? Dushe.
yeah,
That's the
Do
place I
say.
was. Dushe in the Jigawa state. So
yeah,
the Lord will be protecting you guys. So is that place is
Amen.
ah the Lord will be protecting you. That place is very, very is red. Is red. Thank you for being part
that's
of
what
two.
you're thanking us. I think I need to thank you too for. Sometimes I want to confirm some news, Chelsea news. Is when I come to your page, I get the authentic news. But
Oh,
other news, I doubt. Even the Fabrizio is like there are people who are impersonating him. So when I come to, thank you very much for feeding us.
oh, thank you, Mr. Padre. Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Bolaji. I can see you there, but you are gone already. So this will be the end of today's program. And I will, we will be, I will be back tomorrow by God's grace before our march. I will be back tomorrow
Thank you.
online. So good night. Good night to you. Good morning to me. Bye for now.
Good night, sir. Good night. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every Nigeria start up put our flags up in the sky. Put them in the sky. Let's show the world. Let's show the world.
And we are Nigerians.
Giant of Africa. Oh nana. Oh nana. Oh nana. Oh nana. Àdúrà tí mo máa ń gbà sílé Èdùmàrè ni wípé o, ojú má ṣe tì mí láyé o. Ojú ò gbọ́dọ̀ tì mí, kò gbọ́dọ̀ tì ìdílé mi. Ojú ò gbọ́dọ̀ táwọn ọmọ Chelsea. Bá a ṣe ń lékun sáwọn ọmọ Arsenal, wọ́n lè jò sí wa. A máa dì í fi wọ́n lọ́lọ́run ọba lọ́wọ́ o. I belong, I belong, I belong to Chelsea. Even when we are losing, we no friends. We are two force and two roses. We are the mighty, mighty Chelsea.